Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spawncast episode 240. We have, actually, I think everyone's here.
We're back.
Yeah, everyone's here. All right, good. It's been all over the place recently, but I think we have the full cast on tonight. And Sean's video came back just in time as well. Sean, how are we doing tonight?
I'm good, I guess. I don't know what the hell my internet's doing, but it's not acting in my favor this evening.
Was your...
It is.
They're coming after you.
Fucking Reggie and Doug Bowser.
The wire.
Reggie doesn't work there anymore.
They're just
No, but
outside
he's
in the
still
van.
He's still a part of it,
That's what
though.
they want you to think.
Yeah, right. We got the arcade tour today, so that was good. Make sure people need to check that out.
Yes, sir.
Very good. And then Sean, I guess Nintendo's after him, so I also have to keep an eye to make sure he's good over there. Internet just randomly cuts out.
If I disappear, get shot, you know what happens.
Whoa.
Okay, we have Max, Dreamcast guy.
Hello. Happy to be back. Enjoyed all the conventions and madness.
Yep, very good. We have OJ. OJ's back, of course.
Back. Good. Feel good. It's good to get back and have normal water and normal showers.
Yeah, that would be good. Good to have OJ back on schedule as well, live streaming it on the channel. So
yeah, back to live streaming. That's been a lot of fun. Shout out to all the people coming through, for real, man. It's been pretty good. Thank you.
Yeah, and you've been doing the pre-show for the Spawncast, holding that up for us. Thank you.
Yeah, because I guess somebody else can't do it. So I mean, like,
what happened to Sean? He used to do it.
I was gonna do it today, but I'm playing SMT5 and I gotta do stuff with it. So
yeah, hey, is Sean gonna be on the pre-show today? I'm like, who?
Maybe.
We have Misclick. How are you doing, Misclick? Misclick, new owner over there of a MacBook. Good to have Click back on with the M1 family.
Yeah, I'm finally glad I have a laptop again, bro. I haven't had a laptop in years, so it's nice.
Hey, the M1's it's a nice laptop. It's surprisingly good.
Yeah, when you talked it up, I was like, all right, bro, we're not messing around. So.
Yep. You want to get the M1. Absolutely. MVG, how are we doing tonight?
Doing great. Great to be here. Thanks for having me on. Sorry I wasn't on last week. I got my booster shot and it really messed me up. So I'm glad to be back.
Was it that, or was it because you had to put the GameCube over in your video?
Well, yeah. you got me. Good
to have MVG back on the cast here. We got Nate the Hate, I think. Nate, are you there?
Yeah, I'm making.
I really need to start. Wait, what? I really need to start checking if you're here before we go live. Go ahead.
I'm making myself some pumpkin seeds.
You're making
pumpkins make those for you.
Yes,
What?
you make pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, nature does that.
Are you milking a pumpkin?
Don't you like cut them open and just take the seeds out, right?
Yeah, but then you gotta put them in some crushed red pepper with some garlic, and then you bake them.
Okay.
You're always doing some like East Coast shit, man. Like every time, like you're always doing some like really East Coast shit, and it makes me like upset.
We ain't claiming that.
I don't like that.
We ain't claiming that.
No, you are claiming it.
No.
Yeah.
One, if you don't eat baked pumpkin seeds, what the hell's wrong with you?
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm not a freaking weirdo, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah, go drink your eggnog too.
Who doesn't
buddy.
eat pumpkin seeds?
Whoa. Leave the eggnog out of this.
Oh, eggnog. Whoa.
If you eat pumpkin seeds and drink eggnog, you're gonna explode or die or fart death or something. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. That's disgusting. That's just disgusting. You can't do both. You do one or the other, but not both. That's
Don't have them at
disgusting.
the same time. Chris, you have eggnog later in the season.
That's how the dinosaurs went extinct. They did stuff like that. I'm sorry.
You got to put up a live poll right now. Who eats pumpkin seeds?
I don't want to find that out.
That's the most
Right,
East
I forgot
Coast.
the order that we already went in because he went off with this tangent about pumpkin seeds. Jordan, how are we doing?
I'm good. Yeah, no, hi.
Okay, I just
Glad
wanna
to
go
be
through
here.
them.
I just want to say, can we get like a little round of applause for Click? Just did a 22-hour stream, and now is still here for this stream.
Click, you streamed for 22 hours?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I tuned in too. I watched her last night, and then I woke up this morning at 8 a.m. and she was still streaming. And I was like, and I got in her chat like, "Are you okay?"
Like
Jordan, you bitch, quit
I
exposing
assume
me.
you beat Resident Evil 2 then.
Go to bed.
No.
You didn't need to play New World all night.
You played New World?
She was playing New World, yeah.
Bro, okay, so I finished Resident Evil 2. We'll talk about
Oh, you did
that
finish it.
later.
Okay, good. Good.
I finished it, and then I was like, I still want to hang out and play New World. And then before I knew it, it was like 5 p.m. the next day.
Yeah, I caught your Resident Evil, and then I went to sleep, and then I woke, and I was like, she's still. I'm like, New World. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I thought you just stopped it and started back up, and I was like,
No,
oh snap.
I'm injecting that in my veins.
Was it like part of Extra Life, or was it just your own stream?
No, it's part of No Life.
Sounds like I got plenty of time for Tales of Arise then.
If you stream for 24 hours during Extra Life, you can raise money for your local children's hospital.
Yes, but this was a spontaneous.
Fuck them
I can't
kids.
sleep because I'm probably gonna have nightmares because of Mr. X. So I'm too scared to go to bed. So I'm gonna sit here and play a New World and chop trees.
Okay.
Chop cheese?
Yeah.
Where's the poll about pumpkin seeds?
No one cares about
Nobody-
your
no-
pumpkin
yeah.
seeds.
90% of the live chat is saying I love pumpkin seeds. So all the
Yeah.
pumpkin
You're
seeds
saying
haters in this
90%?
panel.
It's bad, by the way.
Hold on. Hold on.
90% of them are saying it. Yeah. Bad.
Hold
Here we
on.
go.
I'm
Baked
joking,
pumpkin
Chad.
seeds with some
Joking.
crushed red pepper.
Nate,
Delicious.
prepare for disappointment.
You all better prepare for
make
disappointment.
the poll.
This is going to be the majority eat pumpkin seeds, or they're going to vote no in spite of me. In which case, the hell with all.
Good. Vote no. Only
There.
pumpkin pie exists.
Yeah, hang on. Let me. No.
Hell with
There we
pumpkin
go.
pie. Evan's vote doesn't count.
I'm in chat.
You know, I gotta vote no.
He is the champ.
Fine. Okay.
52% said yes. The majority leads.
It's for now.
For
Give
now,
it
for
some
now.
time.
Let me get my stock accounts on.
My sock
You
accounts.
guys eat sunflowers?
Welcome to
No.
Julio Avila.
Eat
Thanks for
food,
becoming a
not
member.
seeds.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm not
Appreciate
a
that.
fucking.
I,
I'm not
I eat
the
the
gra-
things
I'm
that
not
come from
dirt.
seeds, not the initial stuff.
Hold on. We got Evan.
You don't
Evan,
eat sunflower seeds either.
No,
Evan still needs his intro. Wait. Oh, okay. Hold on. The sunflower seeds are good.
they're good,
yeah,
but they're also at the end as well. There's no next step.
Let's give Evan. Evan, how are we doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Wrong
Okay,
with
good.
people.
Until pumpkin
Good.
seeds. Now I'm
It looks
pissed.
like it's about 50-50, by the way.
Hey,
Yeah,
Sean?
well, you know what? The last time we had a live poll, they voted for the GameCube over the N64. So
I mean, when you're
smart
right,
people,
you're right.
Like I said, very smart people. Like I said.
All right. Let's. We have some stuff to go over tonight. We had Nintendo with their fiscal report. Talked a little bit about next gen, their Nintendo accounts, all of that. We'll talk a bit about that one. Sega and Microsoft having an alliance is what they called it, but they only give you 100 characters in the thing, so I just went with partnership. And then PS5 and Xbox Series. We're coming up on the first year being over. I noticed Max, you did a video on that, so I figured we would kind of talk about the first year now that it's just. I think it's going to be this week, right? That's going to
It
complete.
is, yeah.
Yeah. This week coming up. So before next episode, it'll have completed. I figure we'll talk a little bit about how the year went for both consoles now that they've completed their first year. So Evan, we want to start with a Discord question before we go into the first topic.
How was everyone's Halloween?
That's pretty good.
Insane. I was in New Orleans, and New Orleans on Halloween was like just 8,000 drunk topless people. It was insane. I saw like 87 titties. It was great.
80. Wait, hold on.
That's an odd
87.
number.
Yeah, it was
what
good.
happened there?
New Orleans.
It's a mystery. Yeah.
Only caught one from the side. That's it.
Yeah, I turned away. I was like, oh, it was too beautiful.
It's just, bro, come on, man.
Now we give out candy. Kids did trick or treating. That was fun.
I slept.
Yeah, I
There you
didn't do shit, man. And no kids came to my new place, so I
Really?
have like a
Did you put the
surplus.
light on?
Yeah, because I'd go outside and smoke a cigarette occasionally.
Just standing out
That's
front
why they didn't come
smoking.
by the house. Because you
Yeah.
just see them like on the deck
Bef-
smoking. They're like
before
"Gotta
the
stay away from this
show,
guy."
before literally like 5 minutes before the show, I was smoking my cigarette, and this red truck pulls up, and he's like, "Can you help me?" I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "Do you know where 41 is?" I was like, "I'll be honest with you, I just moved here." And he was like, "Oh, well, I'm from DoorDash." I was like, "Okay." And so I looked it up on my phone trying to help the guy out, and I was like, well, I found a picture of the outside, you know, that might help or something. And he's like, and you know what's fucked up? I was like, what? He's like, the motherfuckers ordered it online and they didn't put a fucking phone number on it. And he just lost his fucking mind. He was screaming in the middle of the road, and I'm just out there smoking my cigarette, and he's just like, I can't believe these motherfuckers. I don't need this. I don't need the fucking money. Maybe I'll take the fucking food and I'll sit in my fucking truck. And just he's screaming as he's walking away from me, getting in his truck, and then I hear him still screaming in the truck to himself, and I was just like, all right, hope you find 41, buddy.
Well, I use Uber Eats. They have Prozac in the bag, I guess.
Shout out to our sponsor.
Yeah, sorry. They don't care. I'm sure there's bad words on the sponsor thing.
I mean, not in the script they sent over, but maybe in the show.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, we do have a sponsor tonight, so we'll get to them a little later on. I guess we'll start with Nintendo. They had their fiscal year report, well, for the last quarter. That was Q2, but they also covered the entirety of the basically 6 months, the first half. They also talked about Nintendo Switch Online, demographics, active users, all kinds of stuff. But it does appear that the Switch is now over 92 million units, which means it is like 9 million units away from passing the Wii. Like it is inevitable. It's going to probably happen by the end of December, or I guess the latest would be sometime in January, which is very impressive. It's very fast to do that. And I wonder how long until they maybe run down the PS4 and then maybe make a run to the DS, depending on how long this generation lasts. But past quarter two, they sold 3.83 million units. It's actually down about 3 million from last year, but that was with Animal Crossing, and
it's over.
They were able to create more systems then too. They're kind of having a little bit of a hard time right now just making the systems currently to keep up with the demand because of the chip shortage. So that could play into them maybe not being able to create enough Switches for this holiday to get there. That's a big deal for Nintendo because the only system they've ever been able to cross 100 million with is when everyone's grandmothers bought it to play like Wii Bowling and all of that. So this is a more, I would say, gamer centric system compared to what they had with the Wii in that audience. Based on Skyward Sword already almost outselling the Wii version in like 2 months. That's pretty quick. See, click, there you go. Skyward Sword got its shine.
My baby.
There you go.
Well, when I saw that, saw the headline, I was thinking of, oh yeah, there you go. Miss Click was right. She was right all along. She was right all along. Although I did play it back then. I just wished back then that they had button controls as well, which this time they added them in, so now more people can enjoy it, I guess. So that was what I wanted, and they added that. So with the game.
They also had software, 681 million units. They're coming up on 1 billion. They've never been able to hit 1 billion units of software in a generation ever. That would be the first time if they do it here. And it looks like they're going to do it, most likely. Again, depending on how long this generation lasts. They did talk about Mario Kart, which Mario Kart was just off the mark of being the best-selling game of the last quarter. It was like 300,000 units behind Skyward Sword. So Mario Kart is like their best-selling Mario Kart game now, even Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So is it going to actually end up being the highest selling Nintendo game of all time? Like, I think the highest is like, well, what's the highest?
Super
Wii
Mario,
Sports is 100 million, right?
Wii Sports is like 80 something million, I think. But they count it. I believe so. I believe they count it. Like, I think.
Yeah, and I thought that was the highest selling of all time was Wii Sports.
Yeah, because if you look at like best selling games of all time, Wii Sports is up there. Like,
yeah, so it'd be weird if Mario Kart
funny.
8 Deluxe passed it. That'd be bonkers.
I don't know if it'll pass Wii Sport because it was a pack in.
Yeah,
like, they count. Yeah, they count like Mario Bros. Like Mario Bros was like a pack in too. You know.
Yeah,
like, with the NES.
Kind of a pack in.
I mean, do you even make? We talked. I think like this comes up a lot. Is there any point in making 9 anytime soon now? Then, if that keeps selling like that, because that's like
it's been pushed across gen. They're working on it. They always start the next Mario Kart game after the current. Like, that's what they've stated. They always start the next one. So I already know they're working on it, but they're probably going to push it to a cross gen and launch it with it. I actually talked about it today in a video.
9-year development time on it.
They'll just sit on it. They'll finish and they'll just sit on. They'll just wait.
Because Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, when did that come out?
That came out 2014, but that had a long development period too. Like Mario Kart on the Wii was, I think, 202008, and then we went to the 3DS. That was 7. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was 7.
So it's like a 3-year turnaround, 4-year turnaround.
7 got a lot of help from Retro though.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like Retro did like the flying. Retro did the underwater stuff. Like Retro helped out in 7 quite a bit. So it wasn't like it was like the full team. The full team was still working heavily on Mario Kart, the next Mario Kart. So I mean, like, but 7 obviously was a great game. They did a lot of cool online stuff with 7, which helped set up 8. But like 8's just been selling so well, man. So I don't. But I think it's going to be cross and they're just going to launch it with the. I mean, if they launch it with Mario Kart 9, That's
well,
gonna be
especially
nuts, you know?
I feel like part of the reason Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sells so much is that it's got 70 tracks or 64 tracks in it or something. I feel like if you say, well, it's got 100 tracks or whatever, people are gonna have to buy it all over
turn
again.
it into how they did Smash Brothers, where they have all these guest characters in there. They have characters from all over Nintendo. Just do that. Just do like their
Mario
own
Kart
Smash.
Ultimate.
Just do something like that. That would be cool.
Everyone drifts here. And it's
Why not? Yeah, I like the idea of it just being a cross-gen game, maybe coming out in a couple of years or something as a launch, but also on the Switch. That would be a massive seller too. Then, jeez,
That'd be a big push for, because like Breath of the Wild 2, they can't do Zelda again because Breath of the Wild 2 is coming, so they can't cross-gen a Zelda. So
yeah,
it's gonna have to be like it's gonna have to be like a new Mario, like a new Mario Odyssey, like a new Galaxy or a new Odyssey or something, or it's gonna have to be Mario Kart. It's like one of those two. That's what I would guess.
So I am curious about something here, MVG. We talked a bit about like cross-gen stuff, right? Remember we had talked about that at one point. It looks like Nintendo, they had like all these slides, and one of them showed the Switch basically having that Nintendo account start up now on the Switch and then go forward. It looks like they're going to try to push this along to, I guess, the rest of their consoles as they come out. That's something they haven't done. Like the people talk about the Virtual Console, right? Fond memories, of course, for a lot of people, but it's never followed us between systems, which is still weird. Like I'm actually shocked Nintendo didn't think about this on the Wii even. But it looks like they're going to have their Nintendo account just be their primary thing, and it just follow us through going forward. What do you think about that? You think they're going to be able to pull that off?
I mean, they have to, right? You know, we're getting into a digital age. We're already in a digital age now. You know, I have a lot of. I mean, I have a lot of physical Switch games, but I've also got a lot of eShop purchases, right? So I think they can't afford not to have your account go forward and your digital game library come with you to the next, you know, whatever's next. So I think they have to do that. And look, it's the right move for them because you're right, John. Every other iteration or a generation of Nintendo hardware, it seems like they've always changed things around and they've just, you know, just made it really difficult, you know, to bring your games forward. But this time around, I think they have to do it.
I hated that, by the way. When you get the new system and like you have all your virtual consoles, like, okay, it's backwards compatible, right? But you can't bring over anything. That was like one of the things that just really kind of ticked me off with like the Wii to the Wii U. It was like, but it's like the same system. There's like a Wii, but like, why can't I just? I bought so much stuff. Who here bought like a million different games on the Wii?
On the Wii, because it was brand new and it was like, whoa, they have all these Nintendo and they have
graphics. I bought a couple.
They let you do like a. What's that?
What wasn't compatible between the Wii and Wii U?
They had like the virtual console stuff in the Wii. I think the WiiWare was one of the big ones for people, but I thought they let you do like some kind of system transfer at one point.
You could transfer things from Wii to Wii U. I think it was from GameCube to Wii U. You couldn't do. That was the big thing for people.
The one didn't have anything.
The one that actually really annoyed me was the Wii U to the Switch. I think a lot of people just let them off the hook just because it was like, oh, it's different format, but it's like, I mean, you can still transfer some of your purchases over if Nintendo really wanted it to, but they just did that clean break from it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, sorry, I'm stupid. Wii U to Switch, like there was a lot of virtual console stuff on there, you know?
Yeah.
And you couldn't, like, there was nothing that you could do. Obviously, they use a new system. Like, I get that, but like, it was just like, that was a bit rough.
It seems like they're going to go forward with that now. So our Nintendo account, we all have to assume it's going to be backwards compatible, whatever this next system is. I cannot figure out a way they could show up and be like, yeah, none of your stuff transfers over, right, Nate? That's it.
I can. Very easily.
Oh boy. Okay.
You're all operating under the idea that, let's say the next system carries forth the Switch concept. Yes, it'll have backwards compatibility. If they introduce a new concept for hardware, I would not assume it's going to be backwards compatible with Switch software.
Oh, I was going to bring this up, all right, because they did say something a little concerning to an investor question. First of all, they did mention that the integrated hardware software next gaming system is coming in 20XX, just like they did last September with the exact same slide. But they answered an investor question about what are you guys doing for next? Because I mean, the investors are going to keep asking. Like, I think this is the pressure around these questions are going to start going up and up and up as we go along. Especially if they see any faltering in the Switch's sales, they're gonna be like, "Hey, what are we doing next? What do we got? What's in the chamber for this?" they said they don't necessarily know what their next concept is going to be. Does that concern you when they use language like that?
No, because the language is deliberate.
Yeah.
It's not concept in terms of hardware. And as far as the direction of the hardware goes, the concept is likely referring to marketing and timing and branding. That is what's still in negotiation and discussion internally at Nintendo, not the actual hardware itself.
Well, they're probably trying to talk with Intellivision to do an Amiga.
Shut up, Sean.
Oh, sorry.
The ultimate crossover.
Listen, just put Pokemon on something and it'll sell. Because
Just put Pokemon on it.
I didn't need to buy this, but I had to.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. They walked in, Reggie mugged you. He's like, buy another
I already
Switch.
have a Nintendo product that has the word light in it, that has this exact same design on it. But now, over a decade later, they made me buy it again.
Yeah, because they said we are still going through internal discussion on concept, timing, etc., and discussing everything. So I hope you're right, Nate. I hope you're in your mind. You're like, oh, it's going to still be that hybrid model, and they're just trying to figure out how they're going to market it.
Well, this is the thing with Nintendo's wording, is that if they're talking about, it all comes down to how you want to define the word successor. Would you consider, if they went the Game Boy Color route or even a Game Boy Advance route from the Game Boy, which is be the current Switch, would you consider that a successor, or is Nintendo using the word successor in terms of a brand new concept, like going from the Wii U to the Switch?
I think that's the successor. I think this.
So if it's the latter, they're coming up with a whole new way you're going to play, like going from the GameCube to the Wii. And that may be in a conceptual stage of we're exploring new ways you can play.
There's a fallacy in what you said to begin with, because Game Boy to Game Boy Color, I don't give a shit what anyone says. That was not a successor. That was an improvement.
Nintendo identifies it as a successor in their own marketing.
Nintendo can suck my dick as of late, especially.
Nintendo is the company. If they deem it a successor, then they're right and you're wrong.
No, Game Boy Color was not a successor. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. No. Game Boy Color was not a successor. It was an upgrade.
I agree with Sean, actually, other than the sucking
the mid-gen refresh
part.
No, they came after you too. Don't forget. Got to keep those. Got to keep those wounds fresh. Keep them in your mind. Vengeance always.
Every once in a while.
No, the Game Boy Color was not a generation, Nate. It was just an update.
In Nintendo's own language, they refer to it as a successor to the Game Boy.
I mean, they can say whatever they like.
Isn't it Nintendo's definition that counts? Not personal interpretation?
No, because they may be wrong in what they're saying.
But they make the product.
So okay, how about this? What's the what's the big concept for the next Switch, the next gen Switch?
I honestly think this thing's success. I think we're just going to get a stronger Switch. I think as much as they managed to innovate with all the previous ones, this thing is printing money so fast. I think whatever comes after the Switch 2, I think will be more different. But I think the next thing we're getting is just Super Switch.
Because to me, Game Boy, the successor to the Game Boy was the Game Boy Advance. The successor to the. I mean, are we going to say the DS Lite and the DSi were successors to the Nintendo DS? Even though it had its own software library that only could be accessible via the Nintendo DSi. Virtual.
I personally don't disagree with you, but Nintendo's own documentation notes the Game Boy Color as a successor to the Game Boy.
You know what it was? It was a mistake. Somebody wrote the wrong thing down, and they just went to print with it. They didn't double check it.
It's in an Iwata's Ask interview.
He was drinking a little bit when he was answering that question.
Hey, let's not look at
bad translation.
Let's not go there.
Okay, so what's the concept? What do we do?
I think it's going to be the same. The president at Nintendo, he's far more conservative than Iwata was with stuff. The guy there, like even Kimishima, the guy, or not Kimishima, who was the guy before? They had him for a bit. They've all been.
That guy was awesome.
They all have been way more conservative with their thought process and stuff. You know, Iwata was the one he did all sorts of, which was cool. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But the person that they have, Furukawa, that he has right now, he's just like, hey, we need to make a lot of money. Like he even stated at one point, he was like, well, we could make games for other systems, or for other platforms in the future. We don't know. Like that's something that like Nintendo would like never say beforehand, you know. So I think he's just focused on what's going to make them the most money. And so I'm guessing they're just going to go with the stronger Switch with some type of crazy side thing, like an HD Rumble. That was something that was kind of different and new. There might be something like that added in there, you know. But it looks like they're going to go like, hey, Switch, make it stronger. something crazy, HD Rumble Plus. I don't know.
I think a good way for them to go is to focus on the connectivity aspect and build on the online a bit, but build out with something where you can always be connected, like some sort of mobile communication, like 5G or even, I mean, it's 4G Nintendo. So something like that would be kind of cool to add into it, to have that, if they can figure that out and how it would work.
So just keep it simple. Just make the system more powerful. Make it have better online stuff. That's it. That's all you need to do. The concept works. The concept is a proven concept.
Yeah, but it's Nintendo. They got to Nintendo it up.
Why?
Yeah. They're going to put VR goggles, or you're going to put things up your nose.
I mean, they didn't
smell Peach's feet or something.
Did they Nintendo it up when they went from the Game Boy to the Game Boy Color? Oh no, because the Game Boy Color wasn't a successor. It was actually just a new iteration of the Game Boy.
It's petty, Sean. Tonight, I respect it.
I agree with Sean.
I'm lost in my game right now.
How about
They didn't really
receipts from Nintendo's documentation?
When was that last updated, though?
Why does that matter?
Gosh.
It's on their website.
Okay, find it.
I have the link right now.
Sure.
Citation number 2: Game Boy Color, a handheld game system released in October 1998 as the successor to the Game Boy system.
So then why do they
colored screen?
But don't they lump the sales of Game Boy and Game Boy Color together?
I am simply stating in Nintendo's own
And I am simply asking.
Color
I am
marked
simply
as a successor.
Yeah, let's meet halfway, guys. Let's meet halfway. Listen, look, Game Boy, it had a lot of exclusive games. It had like a ton of exclusive games. So in some respects, it can be seen as a successor. But those games were also the same thing, but just with color. So in other words, it's not.
No, that's
so
not
it's
true.
a little bit of
The
both.
Game Boy Color was stronger than the Game Boy, because
That's
games
right.
that ran on the Game Boy Color could definitely not be done. You can have cutscenes like you had in Metal Gear Solid on the Game Boy. You had even video on what was it?
I understand, but it wasn't like it wasn't like Game Boy Advance to
exactly. So it wasn't.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's both, man. Like y'all just cut it in the middle here, y'all. So it's both. It's kind of like both, you know.
Oh gosh, Game Boy's touchy topic around here, man.
It's true. Well, wait, put it on Switch.
Yeah.
I don't
really
agree with Sean's take on where the positioning of the Game Boy Color is. I am simply stating that Nintendo's internal definition marks it as a successor, so that the term successor is blurred.
Wait. But if the Game Boy
like that.
Color could do things that the regular Game Boy couldn't do, didn't you just prove yourself the opposite?
No, because it wasn't a full-on successor. It was an incremental. It's like it's a PlayStation.
OG can't.
And the PlayStation
It's
4
not the
Pro,
same.
the PlayStation 4 Pro can do things that the PlayStation 4 can't do, correct? But they're the same system, because it's
PlayStation 4 Pro doesn't have any exclusive games.
I didn't say it did, but could it? Okay, the new Nintendo 3DS, was that a successor? And that had exclusive games that could do things that the 3DS couldn't do, but they're lumped together because they're both a 3DS. So if anyone is hypocritical and going back on what they said, it would be Nintendo, because theoretically speaking, the new 3DS should have been considered a successor to the 3DS.
Consider them siblings, but not the same.
No.
Is that pot?
Somehow
It's a family of systems.
I am dying on this hill. I will die on this hill.
What color flowers would you like on your grave?
Right.
Black.
We also we also had information about Nintendo Switch Online. They have 32 million members.
That's impressive. That's higher than I thought it would be.
Users.
Million. It says members. Members who subscribe to Switch Online. Okay, yeah. So technically, they're counting. Like if you have a full family membership, they're counting all the people.
Are they just lumping it together or not?
No,
Just
instead of just like
lumping them
one, they
together.
count how many people are like logged in through that. So if
So
you
are they
have
the
like
successors or no?
what's that? Oh, if you have 32 million members. So if you have a family membership with like 8 people on it or something, they count all of them as well. So that's 8 instead of just one account.
That feels like
But still,
cheating.
32 million. 32 million is what they report here, members. That's as of September 2021. So that doesn't even count the Nintendo, anything with the expansion pack at all. None of that's counted. Although those are just usually upgrades, but maybe they got hype and people came in for the 64 games with that. Who knows how that worked out there. Does that seem like a lot? What do you think? 32 million?
1/3 attach rate's pretty strong, isn't it?
Well, they grew 6 million accounts in a year.
I think that's pretty good.
It's very
Yeah.
It's it's hard to compare it to because like what's Sony's count on like with PS4?
I think it was
Nine.
I think it was 48 million, I believe, for
Okay.
PlayStation Plus.
Okay, so yeah, so if it's comparison to that, it's not bad considering how it's not as good for many people. So that's not bad for for that. And if you're doing like the family plan thing, like because like you can't, if somebody has a Switch and like they pay for Nintendo Switch Online, even if you have the singular one, it doesn't work for other people even on the same Switch with the different account. You have to pay for that.
46.3 million is what Sony.
Okay.
That was in August when they reported that. But I think they did it. I think they reported numbers recently as well, where it was up to about 47.
Okay, so 47 on that, and like their install base is like 120 million, right? So
That's 100.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So in comparison to that, it's not too bad. It seems pretty good.
Yeah. It's those are also $60 subscriptions, whereas Nintendo's is 20, so it's like 3 times as much to sign up to that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And if you compare it to Game Pass was like 20, like they're like 21 or 22 million, I think. That's 15 a month.
What's Xbox Live?
Xbox Live, I thought Xbox Live, because they just report active monthly users. I don't even know if they report their Xbox Live paid ones, but Microsoft says their active monthly users is, I think, like 50 or 60 million. Like for accounts, like remember they had the Xbox Live Silver or something?
Don't you
just like free?
Anyway,
that
would probably count that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they
so
it's a little bit.
It's the amount of people logging into
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason I say this is impressive for Nintendo is because it's just found money. So like they're just like, we're just going to charge them $20, less than what we did with the Wii, but $20, and it worked. I mean, you get $20 a year for 32 million people for what they're doing with the Switch.
The cloud saves.
Yep.
Those are free on the Xbox, I think.
I don't think so.
You don't need Xbox Live Gold to do that.
You don't need Xbox Live Gold. I think
No.
PS Plus you
do.
need.
Yep.
Yeah,
PS Plus you do.
You need
Yep.
it.
Yeah, that's I guess cloud saves is the big thing. Obviously, the library of games, but yeah, I mean, I guess that would be
people buy it
considered
just for
successful for Nintendo.
It's just for the online play. If they did it like Sony did it, where not the previous gen, so like 7th gen, where it was PS Plus separated from the online, and the online was free, and PS Plus you pay for, nobody would sign up for it. Just like nobody signed up for PS Plus on PS3, despite having a pretty big install.
Oh yeah, no, you got.
That's why they forced you to for the online play. So it's really just for the online play. That's
basically
so people can play Mario Kart, play whatever, play Mario Kart.
And they figured out they could do it just because everyone else was doing it, and they were like, "We'll just do it for 20," and it worked. I mean, they found 32 million times 20, basically.
Yeah, couch cushion money. Hey, there's an extra billion in here. Look at that.
I mean, it sounds like they're going to be reinvesting a lot of the money into stuff with what they've made with the Switch, but I mean, we'll see what they come up with.
What was that? I saw that headline going around where Nintendo said they're going to reinvest $900 million in game development, or what was that?
In game development, yeah. So just overall, overall for game development, yep. Which I mean, the game development's going up in terms of costs, so it makes sense that even their first party games are going to start going up as well. Especially if we go into a next generation Switch that potentially would be doing like 4K. They would have to probably be getting up there in terms of cost. I don't know exactly how much they would cost, but we've heard from people like Sean Layden that PlayStations could end up upwards of 150 to 200 million at some point this generation in terms of cost. So
yeah, but it's tough to do a one-to-one comparison for Nintendo and to a Sony or Microsoft. Sony and Microsoft's key development teams are Western-based versus Nintendo's, so we're not really going to get a perfect price comparison there.
Oh yeah, but like clearly it's going to be going up. Like for what they're creating Breath of the Wild 2, for example, how long that is seemingly going on and how many people involved. You compare that to what they were doing, even on like the Wii and the Wii U or something with a Zelda game. I mean, it's probably nowhere near that now. But yeah, I would expect their overall cost to be going up. So that makes sense that they would be investing that. But I mean, that was Nintendo's overall fiscal report. Seems pretty solid, I would say. And then next year we'll find out about their first 100 million console since the Wii. So that can take the Wii spot at the top now and get that. I mean, what was kind of just a blown up stat for them in terms of systems.
It was because the software kind of matches it because of the virtual console, but it doesn't when you look at the individual games. Like when you look at like Galaxy's been outsold it for a while now, with a way lower install base. You look at Zelda, everything is just like way higher. Like every franchise.
Oh yeah, everything.
Just like considerably higher, and before they even like hit the same install base. So yeah.
You know what I realized? I realized that all we need is Metroid Dread to do what Mario Kart 8 Deluxe did last quarter. We just need that in 1 year. That's it. We just need the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe quarter.
It's so easy for Metroid too.
That's all we need.
Just a couple mil. That's all
Can we
I
get
have.
that, Sean? Can we get that?
Nope.
The one quarter.
How did new Pokemon Snap do in Mario Golf Super Rush?
Mario, I think new Pokemon Snap did what 2.19 that's without Japan
Before
sales.
we talk about those games,
What?
I am upset. Everybody listening to this show and the panel.
What happened?
Shame on all of you.
Why? They didn't
Builder
really.
Garage and WarioWare did not sell 1 million copies, and I hold you all personally responsible.
Okay,
They're
it
bad
happens.
games, Nate. I just want to tell you, Nate, they're bad games. They don't deserve to be bought.
MVG, get them.
I mean, I did my part.
It's because you didn't make Ski Sniper 2 and Game Builder Garage yet.
See?
I think those games will get to 1 million eventually, just like all the games that come out.
1-2 Switch did it. Anything's possible.
Launch game.
Anything's possible.
Super Bomberman R. They just gotta get Super Bomberman numbers.
That game got to 1 million on Switch, I think.
Yeah.
What, 1-2 Switch or Bomberman R?
Bomberman
R sold over 2
yeah.
million.
Yeah, it did. It was there. I remember we went and we previewed the Switch, and they were like, you can play either Bomberman R, or you can play 1-2 Switch, or you can wait for 30 minutes to play Breath of the Wild. I was like, I'm just gonna go wait for 30 minutes. That was interesting. Anything else you guys want to talk about real quick before we go on to the next topic after the Nintendo fiscal year?
I guess Nintendo's survey of would you spend $50 on WarioWare was wrong.
It kind of was.
Clearly nobody did.
I was gonna say they didn't share any sales with that.
No, because they didn't ship 1 million.
Oh,
Had a full month.
Man, they better tell us something about Metroid Dread next time.
Right. I was going to say, I'm glad I was wrong. I looked at some of my old videos a couple days ago. I watched some of my videos of right before the Switch came out, and I have multiple videos still up on my channel where I was like, this is going to flop. We got Wii U with more battery life. I don't know. It was like I was 100% certain.
It was a weird time back then. It was all over the place leading up to the launch of the Switch.
Almost everybody was saying that. There was multiple content creators that were saying that, so it's not like you were the only one, man. Like,
I mean, people were just trying to figure out what it was at first. It was going to be a home console. It was going to be a hybrid. Like there was so much arguing about everything all around the Switch, and then just for it to get out, there was a whole bunch of predictions for that too. So
the only reason why I thought it would do well is because you're combining both. Like you don't got to worry about one system at first. Like a little bit, it was like at the 3DS at the beginning of the life, but I knew they would drop that because when Nintendo stated that their R&D is combining, I was like, all right, it's done. I was like, 3DS is done.
Let's Evan, we got a Discord question over there.
How come John doesn't use the hammer anymore?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much. Maybe I'll start putting it in videos as like Easter eggs or something in the background at times, or different scenes, just like off to the
muscles
side.
Now he could just punch it.
Oh, you have to like open a drink or something and start a video with a hammer.
You got another one, Evan?
Should I get a PS5 first or an OLED TV first?
Oh,
Good question.
well, it depends on the TV you have now, because the TV you have now is decent.
Depends on the console you have now too. If you have a PS4, I would say just wait. But if you don't, then maybe invest in one.
Yes, PS5s are hard to get. So if you can get one, just get it now and then get the TV later, right?
That's true. You can get an OLED TV pretty easily right now.
You can get an OLED TV whenever you want. So if you can get a PS5, because this holiday it's going to be crazy. You know, there's a chip shortage. Like I would just say, just get the PS5 now, and then later when you get an OLED TV, you can be like, oh snap, look how much better it looks. You know, when you get your OLED TV.
Yeah,
but you can do it. You can do whatever option.
I mean, it does depend on the MVG's right, what you're playing now or what you have now. Because if you don't even have like a PlayStation and you're like, what am I going to get? I mean, you can't. PS5 is looking pretty good right now with a lot of the games there, third-party games, first-party as well. But
Is it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Game room.
What?
Somebody said I had a hammer in my game room. I was like, I did. It's on that chair.
You got a Discord question? Evan, you want to go another one?
What is everyone's favorite cookie?
Oh,
I like a Mrs. Fields chocolate chip.
Oh, that's more specific.
Those are good.
The white macadamia nut from Subway. Those are really good.
Oh yeah, they're good. They are good. Those ones, OJ. I'm a fan.
My roommate used to work at Amy's, and she would bring home stale cookie cakes all the time. If they didn't sell them, they'd bring them home. It's something about gigantic stale cookie cake is actually my favorite.
Sometimes those stale ones are good. Sometimes a cookie tastes good when it's stale.
I know.
That. Yeah.
It's crispier. I like it.
Yeah. Sometimes not all, but sometimes it's kind of good with the stale cookie every now and then. You know.
Somehow I'll be made fun of for mine, so I'm not going to.
Oh gosh, is a pumpkin seed cookie?
No,
it's going to be like a Boston macadamia.
It's either
a chocolate chip and hot wiener cookie.
It's like, what the hell did you say?
You heard
either peanut butter or it's oatmeal raisin.
Those are standard.
Those cookies are good.
Fine.
Yeah, those are
oatmeal raisin's good.
There's nothing wrong with those choices.
Oatmeal raisin is fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Oatmeal raisin is fine only if you are aware that it is oatmeal raisin.
Well, yeah,
the stealth oatmeal raisin is not good.
Trick.
Yeah, dude, I get mad at that.
Oatmeal raisin is the Logan Paul of cookies, and I will not elaborate.
What? Please don't.
What the hell does that mean?
We're gonna go into our sponsor now because we do have a sponsor for the podcast tonight.
That's a nice transition.
It's a little, yeah. I'll just go for it. We're just going right into it. Doesn't matter. Hey, you gotta put it out there, right? Just immediately. Gotta take a chance, right, Sean? It's 50-50 either way.
50-50.
So let's go to our sponsor here. I don't know if Evan has the little card there to put up. Okay, you can just go ahead, put that up there. As we have a sponsor from Arcane. This is a Netflix original series from the creators of League of Legends. Arcane is a 9-episode, 3-part series that follows the story of 2 young girls, Vi and Powder, born in the Undercity beneath Piltover. Their eagerness to prove themselves will set in motion a series of events that will take their relationship to its breaking point and transform them forever. Witness the animation event of the year. See the champions we know and love like never before. Vi, Jinx, Hammerdinger, Jace. Their stories will all intertwine in this action-packed series. Whether you're a long-time League player or you're brand new to the Runeterra, Arcane serves as a perfect introduction to the vast world of League of Legends, focusing on the origins of some of its most iconic characters. Dive into the stories behind one of the most played games of all time, discover the secrets of Piltover and its Undercity, and prepare for the epic battle that is only just beginning. Arcane is now streaming exclusively on Netflix. Thank you, Arcane, for sponsoring tonight's episode. Okay, let's head over to Sega and Microsoft. Sega and Microsoft. This was odd because this is a press release. What was this at like 2 a.m. or something? It was late at night, midnight.
2 a.m. Monday, yeah.
It was weird. It just popped up, right? And no one knew what it meant at first. Everyone was just confused, mostly because they didn't even explain it well. It was some people thought Microsoft was buying Sega. Other people thought they were partnering to make a game. It sounds like Sega is mostly just going to be, it's kind of like what Microsoft and Sony agreed to before with the cloud infrastructure that Microsoft has, obviously with Azure. It sounds like Sega is going to be leveraging their cloud infrastructure in order to develop what they call a super game. There was a really interesting report that came out, and it sounds like this super game could cost Sega, or they could spend up to $1 billion on this game.
That's a great idea.
It's going to be Crackdown 4.
That's exactly what I said. I read that. I was like,
what is wrong with them?
I think it's over the course of time. There's no way that it's at
over the next 5 years.
That's because if you like total up what, like, let's say like Square Enix has spent like on Final Fantasy 14, it might, I don't know if it reaches $1 billion, but it's probably a lot.
This is the part in the company's annual report published this week. Parent company Sega Sammy said it would consider investing up to $882 million over the next 5 years to achieve its super game ambitions.
Why?
I don't know. No one knows what they tried to explain it. It was something about just, I guess, just the globally their communication, and it sounds like they want a big live service game almost that would leverage the cloud.
What are you gonna do, Sonic? Dude,
you know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like that Shenmue. It sounds like that Shenmue development situation where they spent so much money on it and they didn't have enough people to sell to. This sounds out there to me for Sega to attempt this. They haven't. I'm trying to think of what Sega's done recently that makes me go, yeah, they can pull this off. They got this.
Letting Atlas make great games. That's what they decided to do.
I mean, I'm stunned at this because I'm like, this sounds like something that could really damage Sega if it doesn't work.
Of course it will.
I mean, I can't imagine a game actually coming out from this. It sounds too ridiculous and expensive.
Yeah, I mean, all right, Nate, what do you think about this? Because the partnership stuff showed up, and again, it was very vague. They didn't really go into too much detail, but I mean, it sounded like there was going to be some sort of partnership in terms of using their cloud infrastructure, whether it's for development, it sounded like, or just the environment to create in.
I mean, it sounds like it's a bit of both, but based on the press release, there's really not much to go on. And if we take it for the word that the press release actually, verbalized, it sounds identical to what Sony is doing with Microsoft. They're just leveraging the Azure service for game development and to deliver content to a worldwide base. But beyond that, we can only speculate what this super game is actually going to be, how it's going to utilize the cloud infrastructure. But I mean, this is Sega.
That's my concern, because we say it every time they try to do something, like, oh, it's Sega.
Nate, I have a question for you. Why did Sarah Bond respond to the tweet and no one else?
Well, she's in the press release as well.
From Xbox.
James told
she is specified as the Microsoft head of the gaming ecosystem. So she's not labeled strictly as an Xbox brand employee.
Interesting.
So I wouldn't look at this to be something of Xbox and Sega working together. I believe this is a Microsoft and Sega deal.
But let me ask you, Nate, if this, all $882 million. All right. If this flops, how badly do you think this would hurt Sega?
It'd be catastrophic. If you look at the current situation that's going on at Sega right now, you just lost one of your key developers.
Yeah, for what you call it, Yakuza, right?
Yeah, the head of Yakuza and Judgment left Sega and is now at NetEase. That's a huge loss. You've essentially have lost those two franchises. Now, yeah, someone else could come in, but if his entire development team also made an exit to follow him, you now have to rebuild. That's bad. Now you're going to invest potentially $1 billion into an unknown and unseen project that, given Sega's reputation and their aptitude for failure, can't really have that much confidence in what they're going to deliver here. It'd be concerning.
What's interesting?
I mean, if you're an investor, you kind of have to sit there saying, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, right. Can't we just keep making those cheap Sonic games? Can we just
right?
Please?
Those games sell. No one likes them.
Sonic Forces got a 35 out of 40 in Famitsu. Okay,
listen, guys.
That's pretty good.
No way.
There's one way that they can make
less than Shin Megami Tensei 5. All right, they're on their way.
There's one way that they can make this super successful, like this game, no matter what, that people aren't counting on, and is if you have dating and confidence and you can date and do it, then you know what, it's going to be a success.
Sega, I'm going to help you right now.
You can date minors. You can do that. You can go out on dates, and I think it's going to be successful.
That sounds like a game that's getting banned in America.
Cut the budget.
I was half paying attention, and things got really weird. What are we talking about?
Cut the budget down, like to a quarter, right? Call it like your super game still, and just put it on cell phones. Just make a cell phone game. Just do that. Please, Sega, save yourself. Don't make a big, almost $1 billion console game. Just do that. Okay, get that going. All right, and then you can do some kind of super game or something. I don't know. It seems like a massive risk. But you know what's funny? Everyone thought, or a lot of people thought, I should say, that this meant that, Sega and Microsoft are working together. Maybe Microsoft's buying Sega. Hey, this could be the start of Sega damaging themselves so badly that they end up getting bought by Microsoft way off in the future. You never know.
Yeah, what was that? There was that Dreamcast game that tried to make a Sega combined universe, Sega, where like all the Jet Set Radio people are hanging out with the Shenmue people and all that. Maybe they're going to do that. Maybe they're going to do Sega, but properly this time.
Oh no! You know what it is? You know what happened? They were watching the podcast and they heard about the AAA Nights game.
It's
Yeah,
true.
Sean.
They
Or
were
the
like-
totally destroyed.
Or the
Sean
Sega
just-
Smart.
They're investing $1 billion into a new Knights.
Maybe it's the AAA
Hey,
Knights game.
fucking do it.
They're like, get
I will
Sega Sammy on
champion
the
for that
phone.
shit.
You're gonna look at it and say, yeah, we only have to sell 500 million copies. How many systems are out there? 200 million. What do we do?
That sounds like the Shenmue situation.
Sell
Yeah, it
multiple
does.
copies to the same family. Just
Man.
that's just like that.
Poor Shenmue. They're like, we only have to sell 5 copies to every single person who owns a Dreamcast.
Just do what
Oh, no.
this game. Just do what Pokemon does. Make like 4 copies of the same game and just make it
Exactly.
Shenmue like blue and Shenmue yellow.
Yeah, Ryu edition and then Lon D edition where you beat Ryu's dead to death.
See, we're brainstorming. We're figuring it out for him.
I
just
just
like
like
to
Shenmue from Lon D's point of view.
I'd like to clarify when OJ was talking about the whole miners thing. He was talking about miners as in people who mine for a living. They go into,
Yeah, Bitcoin.
into the mines
Bitcoin,
and
yeah.
things of that nature.
Coal
Get your
miners.
coal miners. Get your mind out of
Oh,
it.
No, I'll tell you guys exactly what it's a joke, first of all, okay? And it's based on just a little joke based on, like, everybody comparing stuff to Persona. Persona, you date, and you're a minor yourself. Joker's, I think, what, 15, 16? So you're a minor yourself, and there's one lady that's older than you, and you can date her too. She's like 20-something, but the Japanese laws are different. You're in Japan, so, but
See, I've been
you date
watching.
other
I've been
minors.
watching all these Shin Megami Tensei trailers, getting ready for it. I just can't help shake the feeling that it looks like Persona without the heart, right? Is that what they
Yeah,
said?
It is, yeah.
it needs the dating. That's what I'm saying. It needs the dating. It needs the dating to have that heart. That was the joke, but maybe it wasn't a very good one. But it was there.
Nah, I saw that joke on Twitter too. That's a good one, OJ. I like it.
So there's a really large donation from Tees at $200 with just A. So
Yeah.
shout out to Tees. Appreciate it.
Shout out.
Definitely. Shout out Tees. Shout out Tees. Let's
Real quick, did you guys know that Shin Megami Tensei started before Persona? Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
I even knew that, and I don't know dick about this series.
Isn't the original title for Persona Shin Megami Tensei Persona?
Yeah,
Took it off.
the 1996 game. Yeah,
Maybe Shin Megami Tensei is a spin-off from Persona. Maybe. Am I wrong?
No,
I don't
I'm
play
wrong.
these games. There's too many. There's
You're
Persona 5,
trolling.
Persona Q.
You're
I'm
trolling.
confused.
I think I'm wrong.
me go.
Sorry, guys. My bad.
I'm going to. I'll pull up some of the super chats here, and we're going to be talking about the Xbox and the PS5, what we thought about their first year so far. So if you want to pull up anyone want to pull up any releases or anything they want to go over, we can do that. Let me see.
What, really, all 10 of them? I think we got it
Hey,
covered.
if you want, I
whoa.
did two 15-minute videos on my channel about all 9 games that came out.
Jeffrey says Aaron Rodgers was trolling with the Joe Rogan comment, right? Sorry for the sports wave, Jordan.
Oh my god.
I have no idea. I did not watch any interview with Aaron Rodgers.
It's bad.
It's funny what happened to him. That's all I'll say. It's funny. I think it was funny.
What else, Jordan? I will check out his interview. There you go. Truly Epic says, why did RGC tweet about waxing his Gma?
No, you don't use that. You never heard that phrase before? I'm gonna wax that ass or something? That's weird. That's
Wax
weird.
his
Talking about
Gma's
your
ass, man.
grandmother.
Don't say that.
I waxed her ass in fucking air hockey. She tried to beast up on me. I fucking buried her because she beat me in skee ball
That is-
last week when she came over.
No part
That's
of that
like a
sentence
two-
made it
it's
any
like a-
better.
It's like a mid-2000s. I've heard it before. That's like a mid-2000s type. People used to say it like in the mid-2000s.
All I
Yeah,
know
but
is
I've never
that's
heard
going
it
on-
used towards their grandma.
That's
before.
going on Spawncast out of
Oh.
context right
She
there.
called me a little shit when she was over here. She was like, "Did you call your mom for her anniversary?" And I was like, She's like, "No, you didn't, you little shit." And I was like, "Look, I forgot. You put it in your phone. You put it in your phone last time I was here." I was like, "I got a lot on my mind. I can't."
Yeah, but she didn't wax you.
You like get on
No,
the
because
table,
I beat
Grandma.
her ass in air hockey.
It's a play off of when you get whacked, but you just say wax instead. That's essentially what it is.
That's all Click wanted to play it. What you call it? TMG was it air hockey. That's all you wanted to play is air hockey.
I don't think you understand. I am so good at air hockey.
Yeah, right.
How many people have you waxed?
Wax
in
your
there?
ass too.
Yeah.
Come through.
Oh, yeah,
Legitimately, I won't wax you because I'm sure a lot of you have sensitive skin.
please do.
I do. I once got my eyebrows done. That was the worst fucking thing in the motherfucking world. I don't know. Shout outs to women for dealing with that. I was literally crying. I was sitting. It was at my old place. This chick wanted to do it, and I was like, all right, whatever. And so like she does it for a living, and I was literally screaming at the top of my lungs. Like I was trying to get the attention of my neighbors because it hurt so bad. I like, get this bitch out of my house. Sorry, I didn't say bitch. Get this chick out of my house. Like shit's painful.
She waxed your ass.
She did.
Bro, Max is killing me tonight.
Edward says, even though I've only played Forza Horizon 5 for about 3 days, this is my game of the year. Really hope this one gets the game of the year list at the Game Awards, as superb car games like these have been overlooked for so long. It is interesting. When was the last time a car game was nominated for game of the year?
GTA?
Was that Burnout or something?
It's not a car
maybe
game,
a Burnout, maybe a Gran Turismo.
I'm trying to remember.
Like a Gran Turismo, maybe like a Gran Turismo. But like the Game Awards started 2015? They started 2014. They started doing that.
Yeah. But I think even before that, there were like the random like Game Awards. I'm just trying to think of anyone that's because that
Gran
is like
Turismo 3 could have won a game of the year back then.
That's true. But this is Forza Horizon 5 is the highest rated game of the year now, right?
Yeah. Major release. Yes,
it's
major.
It's the first 2021 release that wasn't on a prior console in the years prior to actually get a Metacritic score over 90.
Huh. There you go. I'll be playing that next week. I did not get the Ultra Extra Special Early Edition.
Yeah, when Game Pass gets it, I'll get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's Tuesday. So I'll be playing that all next week. I'm looking forward to that a lot. But yeah, it's weird. Do we put racing games in Game of the Year conversation anymore, or is that just like that gets its own category because it has racing and sports? They even put them together. There's like whatever.
It's dumb. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe there's not enough racing games
to
come out of
racing games up there this year. So
exactly. Cruise and Blast and Forza.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just think they do get overlooked though, just because at the end of the day, like you're just holding down a button and like moving a control stick. I mean, that's just so I think people overlook it because of that. I'm just saying, like, is it overlooked? Well, because you're just holding down a button and racing.
Yeah, the thing with this one though that's so interesting about the Forza Horizon, like the way that they build out the open worlds in these games is super impressive. And what they were showing with this one in particular, because you go through a lot of jungle area and you explore that, it looks super impressive for what you can go do. So
absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be really cool. And some of the comparisons actually take advantage of the next gen hardware through like foliage and stuff in this environment. So, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It just kind of gets overlooked because it's not telling this massive blockbuster story or any of that, right? So,
there's mechanics, but it's like driving mechanic. It's not like, hey, there's like this cool gameplay hook. It's just like, okay, well, I just got to drive good. Like I just got to stay inside here and not drive off this path. I thought maybe like those games, like what was it, like The Crew? I thought maybe if those were actually good,
Wait,
like
did anyone get the early access?
Yep. Well, I got a code. For it, so I'm playing it at the moment.
Special. Okay.
Tell Phil we said hi.
I know, right?
How was it, MEG? You liking it? You playing on that Series S or X?
On the X, on my OLED with the Dolby Vision, the patch they did for that. It's really, really good. I mean, we can talk about it next week when you guys check it out. But, the game is excellent.
Okay, cool.
And it should be in the conversation. I think it should be in the conversation.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll be talking about it next weekend, absolutely, because I'm downloading Game Pass day one. What was the file size on that?
102 gigabytes.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'll start downloading that soon.
I'll pass. Yeah, I pre-installed it already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think of the space.
I'll make some space, I guess.
Yeah,
hey, take advantage of that OLED. Take advantage. At least get that. Be like, wow, this looks incredible.
Cyberpunk was the casualty on the system when I had to make space for Forza. Sorry, Cyberpunk. Shame.
They have what's it called? They have the expansion cards now for Xbox, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but who's doing that?
I got one.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, I delete. I don't care.
I'll make space. Yeah, I don't care.
The real question is, who still has Cyberpunk on their hard drive?
Listen, there was hope. There was hope.
Hey, that roadmap's still happening just next year now.
I reinstalled it recently. I did a video when they delayed everything to next year, and I installed it again on PS5 and drove around a little bit and went, all right, I got it.
Secret confession. I played a little bit of it last week to say, you know what, I haven't played in a while. Let's see what they did with it. And it's the exact same.
It's the exact same. They've been fixing it this entire last year. That's all they've been doing.
Yeah,
the roadmap is just fixes.
And that's what I did. in my video, I pulled up their roadmap because I hadn't even looked at it in so long, and I forgot that it was patch, and then 3 hot fixes to fix the patch, and then another patch, and then 3 more hot fixes. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, this game was planned great.
Don't say that. I'll come after you.
Dark Type says, hello, everyone. Won't be able to watch the entire podcast tonight, but hoping to say hi to everyone. Going on a date to go see Eternals tonight, but I'll try and make it for next week.
You paying
Just
for
tell
both,
her-
or
Do not follow Sean's dating advice.
But
what
just
date number
tell
is
her,
this?
before you
Oh,
walk in,
gosh.
say, prepare for disappointment, either me or the film. Just be
There
ready.
you go.
Oh, I heard the film was good.
I like the film.
Lem says, RGT, I don't like red wine or going on hikes. Just buy me a McRib, and I'll destroy you in air hockey.
I actually got
Finish
a
it.
McRib before.
After that, we can do the giggity. That's from
How
Lem's
many
story.
Mick? Because like after the podcast, you got one last week. Then I know you ordered one randomly after that, like not on the podcast. So
I got
since last podcast, how many have you eaten?
eaten or purchased.
Per day.
Wait, what?
What's the
How many
Are you
McRibs
storing
have
them?
you
Wait, are
spent
you
money on this
stocking
week?
up? Do you have a fridge in your basement solely for McRibs?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Seven.
Was one for grandma?
No, I think 7.
You've had 7 McRib. You've had a McRib a day.
No, because usually I'll eat like 2 of them.
Oh.
But tonight I got 2, but I only ate 1 because I was kind of full.
Man's a McRib machine. I will be honest, though, I did
delicious.
have a McRib. I did have a McRib because I wanted to try it, and it's actually pretty good. I've had 2.
Thank you.
What are they?
I don't know, but it's good.
It's a delicious blob
Kind of meat
something that's
covered in
Jesus.
ridiculous
Pork.
sauce.
In Jesus in food form.
Okay,
It's
okay.
good.
You know when you go to
It's
communion
a rib-shaped
and you eat
piece
the
of
body
shit
of
covered
Christ?
in barbecue
No,
sauce. So it
when you
tastes-
eat the body of Christ at communion, they should be giving you a McRib to eat.
Are you
That'd probably get more people in the seats at church.
I'm like 1,000,000% Catholic, and it doesn't taste as good. I can tell you that right now. That tastes like thin paper when you eat that.
I've been to communion before. This is,
Yeah,
Imagine saying that.
I like
at
free
communion.
snacks,
Yo, this
though.
tastes like a McRib.
I wish it did, but it
Or,
doesn't.
yo, imagine freaking sitting in a McDonald's being like, yo, this tastes like Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus,
this is
this dinner.
wait, who's
Like,
I ain't sitting in a McDonald's. I'm door dashing that shit.
And then they yell at you in front of your
There's
plate.
some blasphemous stuff happening here. You're a heathen.
Edward says, what Playground has done with these games, especially Horizon 5, you can see the passion and care these people put into these games, and that I hope the voting don't just see it as another card game. Well, look at it this way. Playground's also working on Fable, and if they can pull something off like this in Fable, they're shot at Game of the Year then, that award. So, yeah, right? It'd be pretty good.
If they brought back Fable and it was lit, oh man, that'd be like the best.
Luxian says Mariah Carey has breached containment, and they have a little sign here for it. And we have
I like that song. Y'all can kiss my ass. I think it's a
They
good
play
song.
it too much though, man. They've been playing it for like 20 years, dude.
Who listens to the radio in 2021? Just you listen to it when you want to listen to
anytime
it.
that you go into a department store, they're playing it. Anytime that you go shopping, they're always playing that Christmas. Dude, come on now.
That's why I don't go shopping. They got
Creo has
Amazon.
Saying, like they
got
just play it too much.
DoorDash.
Creo
He
has
pays
a nice
hookers to go into stores for him. Find the lie.
Because he does. That's why John's lying. Because he actually does. Because he's done it before. He's an active participant in this type of behavior.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I think I know. That was the I did it laugh. Like,
like you
I've
forget
done
about
that
me.
before.
A lot for Christmas.
Creo has a nice little sticker here.
No.
Pretty cool. Cristobal says, any thoughts on the new 8-bit Xmas movie trailer for HBO Max on November 24th? My first console was the Sega Master System. What was your guys? The NES.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
8-bit Christmas that's the name of the movie, right?
Yes.
It's actually based on a book, which you probably didn't know that.
I did
but
not.
Yeah, it's I think I did a video on it like way back in the day, but it's a pretty cool book. Kind of Game Chasers were kind of making a movie like that.
It's just going on HBO Max, so just check it
I
out.
thought it's on
at the end of this
Netflix.
month. Is it on? I just saw that it said HBO Max. I don't know. Maybe it's Netflix as well. Maybe it's going to 2 places. I just saw HBO Max during the trailer.
No, you might be right because I'm an idiot.
Paul says, good seeing you all. Thoughts on when Nintendo Switch will hit 1 billion in software? I think by March 2024. RGT nice arcade video. OJ, keep up being cool. Yeah, I think it's going to be right towards the end of the generation, like almost right at the end. So probably either end of 2023. I think that's Yeah, it depends on what kind of big releases they have, because they could have some, like, really come Breath of the Wild 2 when that comes out, Splatoon. They start stacking these final releases to get them there. So I think 2023 to 2024, that holiday is probably a good bet. And then we have Fish Fan. Thanks, Spawn Crew, for another great show. RGT, I'm really liking the arcade. Also, how's Gma?
Pretty good. I mean, she's suffering from getting her ass beat, but yeah, we're getting whacked. I can't believe nobody's heard of that. Like,
we're pretending we have it to troll your ass.
All right, that's fair.
It's from Glenn saying, hey, RGT and crew, what are the chances of a Nintendo Arcade 1-Up collaboration to make an arcade cabinet? If they did, what games would you want on it?
Punch Out. It'd have to be.
Huh.
I hate
kind of cool.
I hate Punch Out in the arcade. Hate it with a passion. I would just
it's cool.
I would just like a Donkey Kong one.
DK.
They'd probably show up.
Yeah.
They'd probably show up to your house and slaughter your
I
parents.
want to see like versus Excite Bike or something. Some of the versus games, because they're really, really good.
Huh.
I think if they ever made a Mario Kart where I could buy it myself, I think I'd just suck it up and buy it, whatever the price is.
Nintendo has been doing a lot of collaborations, and that obviously would be something they view differently than their home console or something. That would be kind of a cool idea. Actually.
Donkey Kong would be great. I think that would just be like cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
and there's a bunch of Donkey Kong games that you could do. I mean, technically,
Junior, but that
wasn't Popeye done by Nintendo?
Yep.
So put
Same
Popeye on
hardware.
there. Not that. Did you see that abortion that they released on the eShop? Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
It's a piece of crap. It's like a PS1 game.
You know who made it right? You know who made it right? My favorite developer. It's Sebek.
Aspire?
No, it's Sebek. They made Xylophone and Calculator.
That's quality.
Somehow that was enough of a portfolio to get them Popeye.
Dude, they got
Nintendo gets mad at me for talking about one of their games, yet they let Sebek make Xylophone and a bastardized Popeye. Like, that's disgusting.
Dude, that Popeye game, man,
And Calculator.
like, I wonder how much they bought that license for. It must have been like a bag of chips and like $100 maybe. Like it must have not been much.
Which is weird, because if that's the case, why not just remake the original concept of Popeye with better graphics? Like, that's all you had to do, and people would have been like, holy shit, this is good, this is worth $13. But no, you throw in online leaderboards, call it a day.
I like the ocean. It has a pretty cool texture. It's just it's blue.
It's one color.
It's blue. They just used the paint tool and just filled it in. This is from Big V saying, great to finally see the whole crew again. Got my Nintendo Switch Online 6 button pad imported. Can't wait to compare it to the Retrobit Genesis pad. Fried says, I'm from Mass. I never heard of someone who eats pumpkin seeds, let alone bake them. Sunflower seeds are another thing, but pumpkin seeds?
Thank you.
What? You're from Mass? Yeah, you're probably from like Boston, probably Irish.
Hack my cat, the harbor.
Hawk says if Balan sells under 3 million, I will play it, but I doubt it will. So enjoy it, RGT. Also for RGT, I assume they mean if Metroid sells under 3 million.
I could say Balan did sell under 3 million.
Yeah.
So you're not in a good spot.
I am getting an arcade machine thanks to your video. Much love to you all. I've been a fan for years now. There you go, Sean. Spreading the love of arcade machines. There you go.
They're super fun, man. That arcade too is what I wanted to say in my video, and I think I said it, but I'm not sure. It's like, you know, when you walk into an arcade, especially in the 90s, you got like, all right, bam, there's Street Fighter, there's Mortal Kombat, there's NBA Jam. But then you're like, all the other games that are around it. And it's like, some of them you might know, some of them you might not know, some of them are really good, some of them might not be really good. But like, that's what that II arcade is. It's a perfect combination of all the other games that you just don't remember, because unless you were like super fond of it, that's what you played. And that's why I like that system. I hope they keep expanding upon it, because it's a genius idea.
Come to send me one.
This is from Spyro saying,
this comment.
Finished my first playthrough of the bounce yesterday.
Are on the same tier as pistachios. They're right.
That is not right at all. What are you talking about?
Pistachios are amazing.
Yeah, but not pumpkin seeds are not even close. I'm not even having this conversation. I've tasted one before when I was younger. They're not great.
Not.
Oh my gosh, this is not even up for debate, Nate. Just get over your pumpkin seed high horse already.
No, pumpkin seeds are great, and the world will embrace them.
Spyro says, finished my first playthrough of the bounce yesterday. Fun game, but the story was kind of good slow jam during the credits, though. We got to play through a bunch of times. Like Bouncer's supposed to play through a couple of times to get it all, like the whole story.
Well, you played it for what, 45 minutes?
It's not a long game, but you're supposed to play through with different characters, see different parts of the story that's going on. Patrick says, I think this has been a great year for Xbox. The only thing we need is a game to drive up console sales like Gears of War and Halo 3 did. Well, I guess that's Halo Infinite coming. Here's hoping it works out.
Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah. David says, welcome back, OJ. Shout out to RGT for playing a real Shin Megami Tensei game.
Yeah, I'm the only one. I played one on the PlayStation 2, but it was very briefly, and I don't remember it. And then I played the one on DS, what is it, the Strange Journey or whatever. But that I've heard is more like, how do you say that? Etrian Odyssey? Etrian Odyssey?
Yeah, Etrian Odyssey.
All right.
Etrian Odyssey.
Roland says, you eat pumpkin seeds when you have stomach worms.
That's for wildlife. When you
got stomach worms, Nate?
No. Pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc and antioxidants to boost your immune system.
Okay, that is actually pretty good.
Take a zinc lozenge.
You coat them in crushed red pepper and garlic, and then you bake them. What part of that doesn't sound amazing?
Or like
All of
The
the
cook wave.
Because I could go eat food instead of seeds, Nate.
It's a snack. You're not supposed to eat it for a meal.
But you're preparing it like a meal at this point.
Matthew,
crow. You pick up a few, you have a handful, and you pop them.
Matthew says, Louisiana native grew up baking pumpkin seeds after scooping them out for carving. Okay. Then they said GameCube over N64.
This person.
Half right.
So you're going to have to agree with that. I guess.
Drinking that bayou water.
Sebastian.
Going on the bayou.
Sebastian says, Mario Kart 9 will look better than Forza Horizon 5 at this point. Oh, because Mario Kart 9 isn't coming out yet.
What?
It's not coming out for a long time. It'll be out 2 generations from now.
Yeah, it was like a joke.
It still wouldn't look better.
Forza Horizon 5 apparently is like almost photorealistic. I haven't played it yet, but that's just what people seem to be claiming.
See, if Aaron Rodgers would eat some pumpkin seeds.
Steve says, oh, I always enjoy listening to you guys. Miss Click, your audio is very low. Can barely hear you.
I turned it up, so hopefully.
Her mic volume is turned up all the way.
It's low? Is it low for you? I mean, am I low for you guys?
Yeah, maybe a little.
You're still a little quiet to me, yeah.
Like a touch.
Just me a scream.
It's good. Don't worry about it.
The market says, great to see everyone back. What do you think would be the best way to encourage Nintendo to update their online services to make it worth the money?
Bully them.
Fix
Bully
it.
them. Yeah. Ask them nicely. There you go.
Just vocalize your complaints in a mature manner, and hopefully they listen.
Make videos that hit trending.
That's
That too.
You just had to put the GameCube over. That's all.
Fuck,
That's all you had to do.
I didn't. I buried Nintendo and got on trending. I win.
Well, they're coming after you, so.
So I got Wood on trending too. Wood was on trending when he got removed from ambassador program.
People just like to hear behind the scenes stuff, I guess.
Bad news is good news.
Yeah.
G Honda says, has anyone bought a decent PC for gaming only to go back to console?
I did.
I
I'm
bought
a heathen.
I mean, I bought a decent PC for gaming and never used it for gaming.
You really have never used it, have you, for gaming? No.
2015, I bought at the time bought a pretty good PC for gaming. Played like BioShock, played a whole playthrough on my channel and everything. Then I was like, I don't think I like PC gaming. Then I was done. I never really went.
Y'all whack.
I'm just not a fan. I mean, it's cool. Like it's cool, but I don't know. I don't want to. I just don't want to turn on a computer.
I would invest if I could actually get a 3080.
I did.
He bought an entire PC for that, though, Evan.
Hell yeah!
He bought an entire PC.
Evan
Yeah, I still
smeared that.
We still
all
can't
over
find
your
a
face,
3080
MVG.
anywhere. Still can't find it. Hey, when the 4080s come out, maybe we can get a 3080.
You can't find this specific thing that I have right here. You can't get your hands on this.
This is the smuggest
Evan
I've
just
ever seen.
waxed
Evan.
everybody.
Yeah.
Evan, can you hold that video card up to the camera?
It's already in the computer, man.
Oh,
Take
show
it
me
out.
the box.
Yeah.
Show me your box right now.
Take it out. Take it out.
50-50 chance I will, buddy.
This is from Patrick. This is from Patrick, who says, got any advice to help me stop drinking my problems away? It's starting to become a real bad habit, and I don't want it to get out of control.
No, nobody give him advice on that. You need to call and
Gotta call like a therapist or
you need to call.
Or talk to your doctor. I mean, there's medications you could take that will make you.
There's a free hotline. I forgot what it was, but there's a free hotline that you can call that has like you can get like free professional help on that one.
Yeah, and they can guide you to a therapist who can help you because
the fact that you know that you have an issue is the important step. So that's already a good step in the right direction. It's just talk to someone who is equipped to deal with this, because we're all not professionals.
Have you heard Sean talk? It's not happening here.
Yeah, like, just switch to meth. If you switch to meth, you can't have time to drink.
Zion says possibility Nintendo creates its own metaverse.
I mean, in there,
we're trying to get them to add voice chat to their system first. All right.
Right. Yeah.
let's figure that out first. Probably that's gonna be a ways off, I think, for them.
You mean like Miiverse, but like expanded? Is that what he means?
No, it's like what Facebook's doing with metaverse stuff.
What is Facebook doing?
It's like Ready Player One.
They want to have a goggle you put on. You can go to a movie theater and watch a Marvel movie, but all the ads are real ads and stuff. When you want to scroll through all the QAnon conspiracy theories and stupid shit like that, you actually go to it. Like they want Facebook to become your life.
Basically, like Ready Player One.
Well, we can't get folders on the Switch.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
Going that far.
The last time I put goggles on, I almost puked. So I mean, I don't really.
What you need to get that new Quest. You need to get the new Quest, MVG. They're removing the Facebook login like being needed and all this. You need to grab that.
I played. So my friend lent me the Oculus Quest 2 for a whole week to play through RE4 VR. I am now a VR believer. The Quest 2 is insane.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, you need to grab that MVG and play RE4 in it.
That GTA San Andreas announcement got me interested, though. Not gonna lie.
Well, also it's weird. The goggle will do a thing where it like scans the room, so you can actually see reality, and it'll put the game over it and stuff. So it's definitely what VR is supposed to be, in my opinion.
This is from Taco saying, Jordan, what do you think of the YouTuber's shippages? New episode of Starter Squad series, also Rip Charmander.
It pisses him off more than anything in the world.
No, yeah, I hate. No, I've excuse me, I don't know who that name doesn't ring a bell, so I don't.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know who that is, unfortunately, but it sounds like what did they say at the end?
Rip Charmander.
I guess. Hey, R.I.P. Charmander. You know.
Okay. Mr. Job says Cyberpunk 2077 Game of the Year candidate is exclusive to the Pro Xbox One X by sheer inability to run on base systems. They're not wrong with that.
It's not Game of the Year candidate for anything.
It could be. It could be. It's on the ballot. You're allowed to check it. You can right next to it. Anyone who's out there who needs to do it.
If Jump Force made the ballot,
throw it the number on there. I'd be putting that all over the box. Fighting game nominated.
So they nominated Jump Force.
Yep. It was.
They nominated, so people actually said
those European outlets were out of their mind.
They nominated Jump Force. They nominated Jump Force.
It's better games than Cyberpunk. There was only like 4 fighting games that year.
No, there were actually
so you can't put anything past them.
I'm telling you, they're gonna throw it to 6 seed. They'll be like, you know what? Just throw it to them. It's fine.
There's more deserving games.
They'll throw it the pumpkin seed.
They're gonna sit down and be like, Monster Hunter Rise or Cyberpunk.
They nominated Jump Force.
Pumpkin seed your house.
They saw Goku and they saw Vegeta. They saw.
Hey, with that type of lineup, when you have
Goku,
Vegeta,
there's Goku.
They were like, this game has to be good.
No, they're just gonna have Keanu Reeves on screen, and they'll be like, "That's how we get him on stage to present something. We just need Cyberpunk to be in there somewhere."
No,
that's all.
You're all breathtaking.
You know where it could be? It could be in there for like soundtrack or something.
No, it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
the music was pretty good. Really, you don't like the music in there?
I mean, it was
effects.
Was there music?
It was fine.
Cruise and Blast.
Yeah, exactly. Cruise and Blast is a much better
soundtrack of the year.
They're not even going to nominate that.
Octopath Traveler didn't win soundtrack of the year.
That's how I know they're not even going to nominate Cruisin'.
Robbery too. That soundtrack is freaking lit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I'm saying that they're going to.
Oh, Cyberpunk's going to be nominated for Game of the Year. We already know this.
No, it's
not.
No. Based on what?
I don't know, just the fact that
want for the world to burn.
Yeah,
if you need controversy for the Game Awards, Jeff, just slide Cyberpunk in there.
If you want controversy, you have Cruise and Blast win every single category. Even
That's
RPG.
true. You know what? They won't. I don't think they'll nominate Cyberpunk because they wouldn't have not. Obviously, they won't nominate something like Death Stranding a year ago. You know, there's too many connections there between Kojima and Jeff. Now that would look really weird. So it's a good thing they didn't do that.
That's the controversy, right?
Is what?
Death Stranding.
Cyberpunk. Oh, Death Stranding. Yeah, that was a controversy. That got a lot of people talking about
Yeah,
it.
but they
I
just
just
did the update. Do it again.
Yeah.
I just want them to just admit that they're dating at this point. Just come out with it. It's not a big deal. It's 2021. Embrace it.
Well,
Yeah, look, I'll just tell you, I would date Kojima, and I can't say a word of his language, but I would totally
All I
date
know
Kojima.
is Death Stranding and Cyberpunk have the same Metacritic score. So
Sean, you're tight with
Anything's
Jeff. Why don't
possible.
you ask him?
I will
follows
DM
it.
him and be like, hey,
Yeah,
buddy, listen here, Buster. It's time to come clean.
I'm gonna wax that ass.
How many times has Kojima waxed that ass?
tell me about how much has he filled you with this
gosh.
pumpkin seed? I want answers.
this is from Stone, who says,
And there
Just,
goes that sponsor.
"Just beat Tales of Arise. Turn-based RPGs aren't for everyone. Is Tales of Arise Final Fantasy VII Remake or Age of Calamity battle system good enough for Dragon Quest 12? Ooh, wow.
Wow. I mean,
A
Tales
loaded
of Arise
question.
battle system is fantastic.
It's a very, very good battle.
Does Dragon Quest 12 does that even have to go away from the battle system that they have, the traditional
don't think
JRPG? I
so.
don't know. I don't think so either. They did that thing where they make you run around, but it doesn't do anything in the game. So maybe they play on that a little more. I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna play on that. They're definitely gonna change it because they already stated that it's going to be a change up from what they have. So
Yeah.
what they've done. So it's not gonna be like Dragon Quest 11 is like the most traditional JRPG, you know, and they're definitely gonna change it for a worldwide audience because it's launching worldwide. They're gonna do a worldwide launch.
right.
It's so they're gonna change things up, but how much are they gonna change it? I'm guessing it's gonna be active time battle. That's what I'm guessing. They're gonna do some form of active time battle with some movement in there. You know, that's what I'm guessing.
You know what? I want that Dragon Quest 3.
Yeah, that looks
Yeah,
good.
dude.
It looks good.
freaking- oh my god, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
This is from Wayne. It says, "Hi guys, do you all use surge protectors?" I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huddy says, "Who's all getting SMT 5? I will be. Personally, my most anticipated game this year."
I've been playing it this entire show.
And I have too.
Actually, like half the people here have been playing it already, apparently.
I will
It's
simply
amazing.
not.
Okay.
Jose says, "For everyone, name the one game you regret buying."
Cyberpunk.
Operation Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. I think it's still my most regretted game of all time.
That's
Does
a
it
good
count if
one.
your mom bought it? Because I would say Castlevania 64.
That must have been painful.
Come on, the game's not
Back
that
in the day.
bad.
Fuck
Yeah, but-
off. Fuck off. I remember going to Target. I got a good report card, and mom's like, you can buy a game. And so I'm looking at the games, and I'm like, holy fucking shit. There's a
Yeah.
Castlevania on the N64. So in my mind, I'm like, well, think of how, Super Mario went from the Super Nintendo to the N64. Came 3D. It was fucking awesome. I'm sure Castlevania's going to be awesome. And then he played it.
It
and
just sounds like you had unrealistic expectations.
But
No, I
then but then you sell it and you get 10x on the return though.
Oh, you got a box and everything still? Yeah.
That was a child. That was
that thing was destroyed in the car, wasn't it? Just
That
ripped it
thing was-
apart.
I think your first mistake was not getting Chameleon Twist 1 or 2.
No, Chameleon Twist was a rental for me. I enjoyed that game with the tongue, and that's how you platformed and wrap it around. It was a genius mechanic.
At least there's some respect on it.
Sharon says, "The Spawncast, would you all try the Steam Deck?" Yeah,
Yep.
I have it ordered. I'm
Pre-ordered, baby.
ready to play it Q3 next year, apparently.
Yeah.
When it becomes
He just got
normal
free.
available, I'll get it when it
According to
becomes.
my order
But I'm not
stats.
gonna.
Same.
I'm not gonna rush out and like sit there and wait on their stupid queue thing that doesn't even work half the time. So
Wait for the
Yeah,
Pro model.
Aren't some of the orders already like backed into like 2023?
Yeah, mine.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
some of them are. Yeah, I think mine's next year. I think is what it says. So I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
We'll see.
Probably get an Amico before that.
A what?
Shinra says, "Been playing my Switch in handheld mode a lot. Hope to grab an OLED Switch for the holidays. Couldn't find a TV that fits my current setup, sadly." And then Shinra again says, "I'm with Nate. Peanut butter oatmeal raisin cookies are dope. Also, the Great Cookie makes awesome snickerdoodle cookies. Recommend y'all try them." And Jeffrey asks, "What's Miss Click's opinion on best cookie?"
Mine?
Yes. Clicks.
Probably Publix chocolate chip cookies and
Oh.
their sugar cookies.
Very specific. Okay.
Publix
Yeah.
has good subs.
I love pub subs. Are you kidding me? Yeah, but they have like a dual pack. It's like 12 sugar cookies with sprinkles and then 12 chocolate chip. Like sometimes I'll go from the gym and I just like buy a whole bunch of things and I always pass by the bakery.
To undo this work.
I need the calories, man. I need them. I gotta get them somehow. But yeah, I'll get the sugar cookie and chocolate chip duo. That's my favorite.
Georgie says super game equals creative assembly AAA FPS game. Jose says, will there be a PS5 Pro coming sooner at all? Should I wait to get a PS5, especially since it's so hard to purchase one? I mean, I don't know if I'd count on a PS5 Pro at this point. They're just trying to get the PS5 out there. So really, if you can find one at all this holiday for a regular price, it's probably worth just picking it up because it's so hard to find as it is.
Yeah, it won't be soon. He said soon. There won't be one soon.
Yeah, it won't be one soon.
Yeah.
You definitely can't discount the possibility of a mid-gen refresh in 5 years from these.
Oh, yeah. No, like 3 or 4 years. Sure, you can see that. But like soon, like in the next year or two, probably not.
Sure you can, Nate. What are they gonna give us in 5 years?
8K.
What are we getting?
Let's go.
8K.
8K's on the box now.
Real 8K.
Real 8K.
Yeah, it'll true 8K.
Can you buy an 8K television? Can you buy an 8K television?
240 hertz. 3D.
There are 8K TVs, but they're really expensive, aren't they?
Like I think they're like 3,000, right?
I saw this ad on Facebook. They're like, LG has a TV you can roll out. I'm like, okay, what's this about? Cost
$100,000. You can get an 8K TV for like $2,500 right now, I think, from Samsung.
Yeah, but who needs an 8K TV when there's absolutely nothing on the planet that supports it natively?
Well, first of all, the Tourist on the PS5 is 8K.
That's true.
That's first.
I can't wait to spend $2,500 so I can play the Taurus.
Without getting geeky, that's not going to be HDR though, because the bandwidth limitation is going to kick in. There's no way you can get HDR on 8K, right?
You're the new geeky tipster, is what you're saying.
Yep, that's me.
I like geeky.
Ona says, shout out to RG85 for introducing me to the Spawn Wave channel. Really been enjoying your content. It'd be a very entertaining stream if you could get Rich from Review Tech USA here with you guys. He's been on before. He's been on, I think, 2 streams.
Did you see he made another video on my video today?
Did he at least invite you on?
No.
He if you're watching this, Rich and JKB, you know, it is what it is
right now.
He put JKB on there to give an insider opinion on my thing, and JKB said I was in the wrong. JKB, I love you, but I've been doing this for 10 years now, you know, like not videos, but dealing with embargoes, dealing with reviews and stuff like that. Like, you should know that. You should know that shit changes. You should know how that shit is. Come on, man. You come from an era just like me where fucking Nintendo wouldn't even let you show more than 10 seconds of footage, but they've changed all that stuff since then. So I respectfully disagreed with that opinion, but at the end of the day, it's just an opinion. So it's all good.
You made 2 videos about your one video?
Yeah, he made another one today.
Demi Crow says, if the Cloud Sega game flops, what could that mean for their studios like Atlas and Platinum? Would this impact their major games or even hurt the studio?
Platinum?
Yeah, I was going to say Platinum. Let's stay with Atlas. Let's stick with Atlas, all right? Yeah. They're connected, I guess, because Bayonetta's thrown in there, but that's just because Sega is part of the rights.
Sega just owns the IP of Bayonetta.
Okay, hold on. What if Microsoft bought Sega?
Then Microsoft would own the Bayonetta IP.
Yeah, then how did all that work?
Then Nintendo simply wouldn't license it anymore.
Huh?
What about House of the Dead?
What about House of the Dead?
It got done by the ESRB coming 2021.
Well, I mean, I think Atlas will hold themselves up because like they have the Persona series and that's sold pretty well so far for them. So I think Atlas would be okay. But
that's the thing with Sega is that it's Sega, Sammy, and Atlas.
Yeah,
it's not just Sega. Sammy Holdings is a considerable shareholder in this company. So there's a lot to deal with.
If Atlas got sold before. So like if something ever happened, they would just sell them and then
they could just sell Atlas.
Yeah, then they would just go somewhere else and just continue
Microsoft
on.
Be like, wait a minute.
You know, maybe Mike or somebody would pick them up, but I mean, I don't think you should. It's first of all, it's too far. Like, don't worry about.
Maybe this is the long con by Microsoft. Yeah, you can use our a $900 million. Yeah, you can use our cloud server. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see in a couple years.
Fall upon the sword.
Then shout out to Tease once again. And then still alive, do you think Nintendo adding more games in the future will ultimately justify the Nintendo Switch Online prices? So I think eventually they'll just throw so many games at it that people will be like, well, that's not bad.
Give us Dreamcast, give us Saturn.
Dreamcast, I think, would put it over the top for a lot of people. Just
Dreamcast is at least $75 a year.
But Dreamcast is one of the easier systems to emulate.
We have gotten to that point.
$75 a year.
We already know there's a Saturn emulator on the Switch.
Yeah.
Which is why they'd want $75 a year.
I look forward to that day when they show up and they're like, it's $79.99 now, and then Family Plan's 110 or something like that.
I would simp so hard. I would simp so hard. Not worth it. Every penny.
Until they show you they're putting Crazy Taxi with the terrible soundtrack. On
Shout out!
You mean the amazing Offspring soundtrack? Oh my god!
Shout out to Giovanni, becoming a member. Thank you there. So let's go to our last topic here. We have the PS5 and Xbox Series completing their first year this week coming up, basically. Whole year with these next gen system. People still call them next gen. I mean, they're just current gen now, right? We had last gen was PS4 and Xbox One now. So I think we can put the next gen stuff to rest there. But how do we feel so far about the start of this generation, first year? I think a lot of us at least have one of the systems at this point. Most of us have both. Wait, Click, did you ever get a PS5 or an Xbox?
I have a PS5.
Okay, so Click has a PS5. Okay, cool. All right, very good. All right, so what do we think so far about the releases, the system, any updates that have made across the board for either of them?
Pointless.
What?
Pointless. New systems are pointless this year. But my PlayStation 5, I played Ratchet and Clank. That was the last time I hooked it up. I don't care. It's still sitting in a box. Xbox Series X, at least there's what am I gonna play on it?
Deathloop.
Deathloop.
Deathloop was good.
Returnal was fire.
Returnal's not my style.
Guardians
game.
on it.
Kena.
The
Guardians?
I
didn't
acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14.
All 3 hours of Kena.
Yeah, he did play Kena.
I didn't like the combat's doo-doo in that game.
Keen on it.
Well, isn't that game on PS4 too?
Yes, it is. So technically, you can play it on PS4. But I don't know. It's just there hasn't been anything. It's just been like somebody just said in the chat, lackluster. At least Microsoft is coming out with some stuff. If Horizon came out, God of War, Gran Turismo, excuse me, like they said it was gonna in 2021. Okay, that's a complete different story. But
I think looking at this, I think the PS5 and Sony got off to a fast start. Microsoft got to a slow start, and now it's kind of reversed because now we're talking about a lot of Microsoft releases currently, and nothing really from Sony now. Because even Deathloop technically came out of a studio that Microsoft owns now. So I can't really give that to them. Be like, oh, look, Microsoft dropped this game that's probably going to be at least in some people's Game of the Year nominations because like Microsoft came in at the end, but they legitimately like funded a delay for Psychonauts 2. Like if they didn't fund that, Psychonauts 2 probably would have came out with bugs and some issues, and that'd have been a whole thing. And then of course they had extra time to polish that game.
It's also kind of weird because we're going to see the exact same situation occur for 2022.
Next year. Yeah,
we're going to see that Microsoft is once again in a slow spot following Halo Infinite's launch in December because they haven't dated anything for early 2022 yet. But from Sony, we know we have Gran Turismo, Horizon, God of War, Ghostwire Tokyo. And all of a sudden, it's like, man, Sony's going to start off the year strong again. But what are they going to end with? Are they just going to end with God of War? Are we going to get some other surprise? We can assume Microsoft is going to have something out of that vast roster of games that they have announced and shown to this point at the end of 2022. But at this point, 2022 is looking vacant right now for Microsoft.
Next year, Microsoft they have Stalker 2, right? That's coming out towards the beginning of the year. Then over the summer's Redfall. And then Starfield finishes out the year, right? That's what they have currently. So they have those 3, I guess, in that order. So you figure they would drop another game or 2 in between them and then maybe sign some indie titles as they go through the year to Game Pass for day 1 releases. That would be my estimation. Like, I think are we looking at most of Microsoft's year already with a few other things just missing? Like 1 or 2 games?
Potentially. I mean, I'm sure they still have stuff that they want to date on that roadmap, but probably as far as mile markers at this point, they probably have staked in the considerable ones.
Also assuming that... Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, what about Hellblade 2, Nate? Do we not get that next year?
It's probably a fringe 2022, 2023 release. If they can date it, let's say at the Game Awards this year, then I would have considerable confidence that it's next year.
You ruined Hellblade 2.
Or you made it great.
Damn it.
But I mean, there's this thing you also have to take into account that all because they say these games are going to come out in 2022, that doesn't mean they are. We should have learned our lesson this year, but there are still.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at Microsoft. Where's the gunk? Where's Scorn?
Oh yeah.
How did those games just go? How did those games just disappear for this entire calendar year? And these were two titles that were like big headliners for Microsoft lead up to launch.
There are people. I mean, the gunk community is at an all-time just high of rage right now. Just where the fuck is my gunk?
I got the drip.
What happened to Scorn?
The gunk, man. That gunk is gonna be pretty good, dude. Didn't they make SteamWorld Dig 2?
Scorn got turned into a Tool music video.
That trailer happened.
Yeah,
they showed like the alien dick come out of the wall and it was dripping.
Yeah.
So I think looking at this right now, Nate is correct with the idea that they started off slow for Microsoft. They did better here in the second half. I mean, if Halo Infinite is good, I mean, what, like mid 80s, high 80s, 80, looks like 87, 80. If it comes out like that, at least, I mean, this might be one of the strongest holidays Microsoft's ever had, because they released Psychonauts 2, Deathloop, kinda, Forza Horizon 5, and then Halo. That's like 4 games in the span of like 4 months or something.
And if Halo is good, you know, if it's considerably high-end great and the multiplayer is engaging, it keeps people really invested, and then you add in the co-op to the campaign, you add in Forge, obviously that's going to be a game that people stay invested in for the duration of, you know, potentially the first half of 2022. So it's not necessarily a bad thing for Microsoft if they don't have big releases in those first 6 months, because they're hoping you stay engaged with, you know, Halo or even Forza Horizon. If Redfall is good, if Stalker is something that really appeals to the mass audience, it just feels that Sony's really coming with their heavy hitters, with their established IP and their stable, whereas Microsoft is still trying to find their footing with their own franchises to really bring to the market.
I do want to say Xbox really won me over this year. I put up a big video yesterday that people have been liking a lot, where I talked about Xbox year one, and I think what's really kind of blown me away about the Series X is that it does have the most retro catalog, and it's crazy the amount of compatibility that system has. Like, yes, it's cool that we got Psychonauts 2 and all this stuff on Game Pass, but it's also just crazy that my original Xbox, my Xbox 360, my Xbox One, now the Java browser emulation, like, it's the weird thing where I feel like if I have non-gamer friends coming over, I'm more curious to show them the Xbox Series X than anything else. And especially the fact that third parties look so good. It boots up in 1 second. I don't know. It's one of the things where I played my PlayStation 5 more, but I feel like the Xbox is a more impressive piece of machine.
I think that, I mean, I agree with what Sean was saying, that, you know, maybe, you know, they didn't have to come out. But I guess on the flip side of that, I would say that they just had to release these systems, you know, like I think it was something that they really, really wanted to do. They had to do. They went into this year knowing that it was not going to be ideal, given, you know, the landscape of video games right now. But PlayStation 5 did enough, I think, in its first year to, you know, to be good. Like, I think the DualSense was something that really surprised and impressed a lot of people. I like the DualSense. I think a lot of people do, especially the games that implemented the feature correctly. Like Returnal was a good example, and Astro's Playroom, and you know, games like that took advantage of it. And on the Xbox side, kind of very much the same kind of sentiment there. But look, Microsoft is coming good at the right time of the year, so I think that's a good thing for them. They can go into next year with some momentum. So look, I think overall first year was fine. It certainly didn't knock it out of the park. And yeah, you could put a case and say, did they really have to release systems this year? And there could be an argument to say no to that, but I think they made the right choice. I
mean, Halo's in a very fortunate spot, because Call of Duty Vanguard came out yesterday, and I do not see that much excitement for it yesterday.
I think that game sucks. From what I haven't played, but I've been watching a ton of it. I've seen a few. I think it's kind of bad, and the game crashes quite a bit for some people. And
they sent me a code for it, and I went ahead and installed it. I was like, let me see what this multiplayer is first. I fired it up, and I was like, oh, this is not good. Like, I don't know, just the shooting, something about it, it doesn't feel great.
I like to watch Call of Duty.
So I played 3 matches, and I was like, I don't think this is it. And put it away.
I see what you're saying, John, because something just because I watch all the Call of Duty games. I like to watch them. I don't like to play them, but I like to watch. And just when I was watching people play Vanguard, something just felt off about. That's why I said I think it sucks because I haven't played it, but I've watched it a lot, and I usually enjoy watching Call of Duty. I enjoy watching all the shooter games that I don't play, just so I know about them. But this one just seems bad. It just seems bad, and like I said, I watch people. It crashed. Like people just it just stopped working. Like,
it felt very samey to me. Like I'm playing it, I know Call of Duty tends to be like that every year, but even at least they'll throw some different things in, or at least a different setting, or just something to make it feel a little different. This one just, I don't know. It felt like a very standard, basic Call of Duty in World War.
Like? Because that's one thing I always liked about Call of Duty. Was the campaign.
The campaign was okay. What's his gamer ranks?
Jake Baldino.
Jake, yeah, he says that it's solid.
Okay, see, I didn't even get in the campaign. I haven't been that drawn in by anything with Vanguard at all. Like I'm more interested in Battlefield. They just had sent me the code, and I was like, let me check this out just to see.
I think they sent me a code too, and I'm just like,
I like the last Call of Duty more.
Got stuff going on.
The last one I think is a little better. I don't know. You know what? It's very gritty. Maybe that's why it just doesn't. I don't know. The shooting's just not there for me compared to the other one last year's. But this is the way it goes. Yeah. So I think for the most part, based on where Microsoft was when they started, I think they've at least got to the end of the year in a pretty good spot. So
Forza Horizon came out in early access 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's like 1 million.
It has over 1 million players.
That's pretty good.
And that's for early access. So you had to buy in at either, I believe it's $90 or $99, or with the Game Pass, you had to buy the early access pass for $45.
Yeah. So he technically sold 1 million copies for some of them more than the game's going to go up on
now
store
picture
shelves.
That number come next Tuesday when it officially launches as the standard edition and on Game Pass.
Oh, yeah.
Number's going to explode.
Yep. I mean, it's a quality game from what everyone's saying. So I think a lot of people also want to fire it up and be like, okay, this looks really good. Kind of, they want that.
This seems as though it's going to be that game that really defines what the generation at this point can be. You're going to have people with their Series X boot up this game and say, wow, this is what I wanted to see earlier this year, or even at the launch of the system. I can finally see that true generational difference being made with visual display.
Yeah. So I mean, I think the year went over better for Microsoft than I was expecting when they first launched the thing. And so, I mean, Sony's obviously doing well with their selling, but...
But what do you say part of that is because when we were talking about this last year, we were still under the expectation that Sony was going to have Horizon, Gran Turismo 7, God of War, and you saw that lineup gradually slip into next year. So all of a sudden, Microsoft's lineup, which was admittedly weak a year ago, didn't look as terrible in comparison once Sony delayed everything out of the year. All of a sudden, it was like, wow, they're pretty drip feed themselves, and both systems are heavily reliant on cross-generation software.
Yeah, what was Sony's last big release? Because we had
Ratchet.
Was Ratchet the last? No,
unless
really?
you want to count Death Stranding Deluxe Edition, Definitive, whatever the fuck.
Then Ghost of Tsushima. That's right.
Ghost of Tsushima with the expansion.
Their last new release,
that was last big
Ratchet,
release,
right?
Was Ratchet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ratchet and then Miles Morales before that.
I say Ratchet does feel like it was a while ago.
No, Returnal before
Returnal.
Ratchet. Returnal.
Yeah, it just feels. It does feel like
at the time that wasn't first party at the time, and now it is, I guess.
Yeah, well, it
was always first party.
Yeah, they had like the Housemark make it, and then they just like I see what you're saying. The Max, then they brought him in. I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, yeah. But either way, it was a PS5 exclusive. It feels like if one of those games, Horizon, Gran Turismo, anything like that, God of War was here at the end of the year. Much different then. It'd be like, okay, yeah, they basically hit in the beginning, in the middle, and then they're right at the end here in holiday. But I mean, 2022, provided all those games are there, seems like it'll be pretty strong for Sony.
I mean, like Deathloop is a fantastic game for Sony as well, because it is exclusive to the platform for the next 12 months, even though it is technically a Microsoft game.
Yeah,
but I mean, Sony still had a quality lineup this year, and it's just that Microsoft is ending, it feels as though, on a higher note because they are bringing out 2 big releases, whereas Sony is quiet.
People were pointing out that I forgot to mention Age of Empires 4 as well. That's not technically on the console, but it's still
sick son of a bitch.
It's still another. It's still another. I mean, it's a high quality release from Microsoft. So yeah, they started getting a lot of them out. So it's I mean, looking at it now, I think at the end of the year, because Halo's going to be there and I'm a big Halo fan and I like Forza Horizon, I think this year will probably, for me, lean more towards the Xbox overall just because of those releases. And Psychonauts 2 surprised me quite a bit. But on the other hand, so did Deathloop, because I thought Deathloop was going to be mediocre and actually ended up being a really fun game.
Yeah, I think it's also important to note that this isn't just like a conversation of Sony versus Microsoft in terms of the holiday. This is also acknowledging that Nintendo themselves doesn't have a big holiday game to really come up against Halo or even Forza Horizon, unless you're a huge fan of SMT5 or you're really looking forward to the Pokemon.
I am looking forward to the Pokemon though, because I'm old.
Like Nintendo's holiday in comparison to previous years feels a bit empty.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
we have Metroid Dread.
Yeah, but when you're looking into November and December.
Oh, okay. I see November, December.
You don't have that big Nintendo. Like you had Smash Brothers in prior years. You had Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in prior years. And now Nintendo's just saying we have the Pokemon remake.
They have Arceus to lead off next year. So that's like right in January. I get what you're saying. You mean like a big November. I guess Pokemon. Yeah. I mean, Pokemon's going to sell big, so.
Yeah, I mean,
Pokemon
they really
sell well. Their evergreens are going to keep selling. You're going to have Mario Kart probably sell 6 million.
You want
copies.
like a Mario Odyssey, or you want like a Breath of the Wild, basically?
Yeah, they don't have that. That's what they don't have. But like, if you look at it, like Mario Party Superstars just launched, and that's like it's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's going to be the big holiday driver.
Yeah, so if you look at it, I mean, it's Mario Party, it's Dread, it's SMT5, and Pokemon. I think that's pretty solid for exclusive games, at least. That's not bad.
Okay. Yeah, I think for the most part, it's good. I think next year is going to be killer, though. 2022 is just stacked right now. Considering the amount of games announced, I think Sean's right in that some games just won't have a place to fit. So, I mean, we look at like the second half of February, and it's out of control already. And then Dying Light 2 is coming out at the beginning of that month. So it's it is going to be a fun year next year, I think. So I'm looking forward to that. Have we have any Discord questions left?
I've got a few. Yeah, we got a guy who
go ahead through them.
His first Souls game was the Dark Souls remaster, so he's wondering if he should play Bloodborne first or just wait till Elden Ring.
Play Bloodborne.
Just because you wanted to see the sales go up for it, so they hopefully put out a
play Bloodborne.
Game is like $3.
Need the 60 FPS Bloodborne.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Tough question there, because Bloodborne is excellent, but at the same time, they've only played Dark Souls 1.
Dude, Elden Ring looks sick, though. Do you see that gameplay trailer for Elden Ring?
It's amazing. I mean, that's a lot of that genre in a small window. So
you know what? I'm going to go a little different here. Go try out Neo.
But I think Bloodborne is one of the best ways to get into those styles of games. It's kind of the barrier of entry is a lot easier. Not a lot easier, but it's definitely on the easier side, I will say. It's still very, very difficult, but I think Bloodborne's a good place to start.
But that's a lot of that genre in just such a tight window that, I mean, part of me wants to say, wait for Elden Ring, but don't deprive yourself of Bloodborne.
Yep, I agree.
I want to get into that beta next week.
I talked. I'm going to try. I talked to them about it. Yeah.
You have another Discord question, Evan? You want to start going through them?
A few people have, I guess, on the cast have already said, but is anyone on the cast playing SMT5 already?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, they are. I'll be playing it next week.
Cool.
I'm getting it physical, by the way, because those games are hard to get later on. So grab them physically.
Premium editions seems like some people's are delayed, so check your emails, guys.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Have you ever had a wrong prediction that you believe so much you still think about it?
Oh, I mean, all the time.
Nate with Silent Hill.
Yeah.
I was going to say Silent Hill. I was going to say it.
Still coming.
Still coming.
I 1,000,000% believed, and I'm quoted as this in a lot of episodes of this podcast. I really thought that Final Fantasy VII Remake was going to be like the highest selling Final Fantasy because everyone literally begged for it for a decade, and I don't think that FF7 Remake sold that much.
Yeah, you know what, man? I was with you on that one. I never said it in anything, but it was crazy to see that people didn't respond. I thought that was gonna be like a 10 million seller easy.
Same.
Like, easy 10 million seller. You know,
I thought it was gonna hit 5 million immediately.
It wasn't. Yeah, and it blows my mind still on that huge install base. At the end of the generation, not as much to play. I mean, there's games, but I'm still blown away that game didn't.
They should have put it on at least the PC as well next to it.
It should have sold 10 million on the PS4 by itself. It didn't need the PC to do that. Like, considering how hyped that game was and how people reacted and how people wanted it for decades, they literally begged for it, and then people didn't buy it
Do you
like
think
that.
it's because word of mouth after release, when people learned, they literally used the term remake in a way no one was anticipating?
This is true.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it came down to because I did a couple of videos talking about this, and a lot of my comment section was saying that a lot of people were mad that it was this one tiny piece of the total Final Fantasy VII story. So a lot of people saying, I'll buy it when we have more chunks of it, but I'm not going to buy this Midgar slice.
That's true. If it's because it was missing Red 13 as a playable character. It was missing Yuffie originally. It was missing everything. You want to get out of there. You want to see the rest of the world. If it was a full, I think if this game was an actual, like, let's say, remember that PS3 thing that they showed earlier?
Yep.
Yeah. If it was that and they just made the same, it's like the same gameplay but way better graphics, I think that would have done and it had like the whole game on there and it looked good. I think that would have done way better, but that's unfortunate. But you're right though. A lot of people did say it's not the full game, so I'm not gonna buy it. I guess that's
got in the mirrored. I didn't like it.
It did. It really did.
I mean, I think it did a good job though of really diving into the characters and giving you a better grasp of them at a level we've never really necessarily had.
Absolutely.
So I agree. When you have a game that says, I mean, original Final Fantasy VII is pretty bare bones. I mean, obviously you have the Advent Children, stuff like that to give you a better idea, but I don't know. I think it really depends on how you look at it. For me, it was really intriguing, like seeing these characters have intimate moments with each other that you probably wouldn't have seen before. So,
Red 13's tough though. People love Red 13.
Yeah,
not a playable character.
He was cool back in the day.
Yeah, he was so cool, and like he's in the game, but he's not playable. And like no Yuffie, like no Yuffie originally. Now we have the DLC, but like no Yuffie. Like people love Yuffie. People love these characters, and then like when only Midgar, like nobody, who the hell likes Midgar? Like people want to get the hell out of there.
I get that.
Want to get the hell out of Midgar, you know?
It's like the tutorial.
Well, I was like, you want to see like the weapons, like the weapons, and like see what they look like now on like in the PS4 or the PS5 soon. Big towering enemies to fight. Like that'd be cool.
I love the game, guys. I love the game.
I want to see Sephiroth, murder everyone at the reactor and burn the village down. Doesn't even happen in this game.
All right, Evan. What else we got?
When I plug in my GameCube to my TV, only the fans turn on. Is this a common problem?
When you plug in your GameCube to the TV?
Yeah, apparently only the fans kick on, I guess, the GameCube, and then nothing really happens.
Nothing happens? I mean, that seems like a problem.
Yeah, I don't think that's a common problem.
It sounds like an issue.
You have a very special unit.
If you had an N64, you wouldn't get that problem.
Oh.
That's because there's no fan.
That's right.
It would just be dead. What is your prediction and or hope for the future of the Mega Man franchise?
That they make another game.
Aren't they making some sort of mobile match-em?
That they make another game.
Does that count?
No.
They made grips for the Switch. Yay.
That's progress. Okay. Silent Hill has more product out there this year than Mega Man. True. They got statues and t-shirts and skateboard decks.
Why did Castlevania Bloodline and Contra Hardcore make it into Genesis NSO, but not Super Castlevania 4 and Contra 3 for the Super Nintendo?
Because that's for the $75 tier.
Yes.
Yep. That's a good question.
They'll probably add it down the road, right? They'll probably be like, all right, now you can have them, kind of thing. I think a lot of people are wondering why we didn't just get everything at once, and it's because, we've seen what Nintendo does over the last. They want to keep adding games, so those could show up. We found out that there's like 50-something Genesis games showing up eventually, so that it could be there.
What do we think the split's going to be for Halo Infinite in terms of Xbox One players versus Xbox Series players?
Would we even find that out?
They probably wouldn't.
I don't think so. I mean, I think more people play it on the Series overall, but to start out, it's hard to say. We don't know how many active users are on the Xbox One versus the Series. But I would hope more people are playing on the Series because the Xbox One looked kind of rough. Nate, it's time to retire that VCR.
No. I can play games via the cloud.
Oh, gosh. But then you're playing it through an Xbox Series.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good. And then just the last one's a suggestion for Yang Yi as a guest. I think we've had that suggestion a few times. So
yeah, we can have Yang on. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Yang, yeah.
Absolutely. Let me finish up. We have some super chats here to finish up with. I'll check the Streamlabs when we're doing our outros here. This is from Vegan says, what do you think about the potential Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl leaks? I did not see them.
I didn't see them either.
I will tell you, don't show them on stream.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. Do not.
Yeah, do not show them on stream, and
Nintendo is coming after me too.
There you
don't do them
go.
on stream.
Gotta
Don't play
turn-
them in proper review guide or any type of content guide ahead of time and drop
Don't
them
do
on
it.
launch day because
Don't do
Nintendo
any
will
of that.
say, I think I know how you got this.
Lemons into lemonade.
Yeah.
Jones says,
AKA money.
Jones says, hey, John, did you catch any of that IGN footage of the new Halo Infinite multiplayer map? Was kind of hard to
Wasn't
watch.
that bad, Jesus.
People did. We're talking about this a
Pretty
lot. I just
funny.
saw the map itself and like screenshots and everything. I didn't examine the gameplay as
I
much.
watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
The person played. Yeah, this person wasn't a Halo
Said
expert,
like
but
a normal person.
it wasn't as people were trying to make it seem as if this person didn't get a freaking kill at all, like not a single kill. Like I get it wasn't great, but man, they I think people went in a little bit too much, like a little bit too much. Like,
What people don't realize is sometimes when this footage is captured, he could have only had like one other play on the map or even that game mode before he captured the footage and they went on to something else. They don't sit there for 12 hours playing the single map and the single mode saying, I got to capture the best performance I have. It's, hey, you got 10 minutes, capture the game that you're playing right now. Okay, I got to do it. Yeah, could you ask a producer to say, can you sit down and play? We'll record your footage and we'll use that so it looks higher level. Yes, but relax, people. 99% of the people probably complaining about the gameplay footage don't play Halo that well to begin with. It's okay. It was.
so I thought I was going to talk about it. Yeah, I thought I was going to talk about it.
Coming from Scottie Pippen over there.
Hey, hey.
Hey, don't be hating on Scotty like that, man.
That
Like, I
shit
do
was not
something
fair.
like that.
Yeah, we played in the beta. I'm saying I'm gunning down people. Here comes John, just running around the corner, like puts one bullet into the enemy, kills him, gets like 20 kills, 1 assist. I sit there with 5 kills, 27 assists.
We
It's
can't.
not a, it's
What
not a kill
happened here?
steal.
Who
It's a
should've
kill
got the kills,
secure.
Man,
That's all it
hey,
is.
John, why you didn't got to call him Scotty
Hey,
Pippen?
we can't all be Jordan over here, okay?
Yeah.
Jordan needs a Scottie Pippen.
No, I'm,
Yeah,
doing,
dude.
I'm doing all the work, and you're just sitting there, give me that ball. Woo. Well, bullshit. I'm putting all the work in. You're just walking with a rocket launcher shooting them. That was not
Just
fair.
mad because they come to me for the post game interviews.
I had all the assists.
Nate's gonna have a book in like 10 years. Trash talking Spawn, trash
Yeah,
talking
right.
John, talking all sorts of ish about him.
I had so many assists. I'm like, you have to be kidding. Like, I'd be sitting there trying so I'm throwing grenades. The guy's about to die. John runs around the corner. Haha. I'm like, what?
Nate's gonna sit out the last part of a game in a clutch match.
Exactly. I'm gonna sit there in the corner and be like, let's see how you all do.
Yeah,
Like,
you know-
you cost us the game. Damn right I did.
It's from
That's right. That's
William
gonna happen
says,
in a month.
how long do you think Amiibo will last? Every time it seems like they're wrapping up, they reveal a ton more. So they seem to be selling quite well.
I'm surprised it's even going still.
Same.
Amiibo?
Finish out that Smash line.
Longer than the Amico.
Josh says,
yeah.
holidays are coming up. What do each of you think will be the biggest hype console this year? Not total sales
The
made.
Amico.
Holiday.
The Amico.
The Amico.
The hyped? I think it's still going to be the PS5. People are just still buying
Yeah.
PS5s just to buy them almost because it's like you think they put it next to a big game, but it's just they put it next to
hype-
Call of Duty, Battlefield, any of that. No,
Hype
it's fine.
Xbox because of Halo and because of Forza. I think the hype is gonna be kind of there
That's
on
true.
Xbox. Yeah.
The marketing will be easy. I think the marketing will be easier for Xbox, but like third parties and PlayStation seem to get along. pretty
PS5
well
will
the way
sell
they're, like-
more and it'll be hyped, but that I think having Halo and Forza, like the hype right now for Forza is really
It is
really
pretty
good.
big, yeah.
Yeah,
People are
pretty
really
good.
excited
Have
about
you
Forza.
seen that Sony's pivoting into Miles Morales marketing heavy right
Yeah.
now? And I think they're trying
Makes
to pair
sense.
it with the Spider-Man movie, so they're going
The
to get
movie.
some hype on
Yeah.
PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah,
Well, so
absolutely.
somebody sent me screenshots that some stores here in America are doing a $1,000 bundle where you buy the PlayStation 5 and it comes with like Deathloop, Returnal, and extra controller and Miles Morales.
That's robbery. Oh my
For
god, that's so
$1,000?
that's
Yeah.
kind of scummy. That's
For
real.
$1,000, yeah.
Wow.
Like those
Dude,
bundles that
brother.
they do, like they make you buy like 7 games or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Bitch, I don't want this shit. Why are you
Yeah,
giving me
I
this?
know.
yeah, like
Yeah, he's gonna take everything.
Imagine
or
like
nothing.
going to McDonald's and you go to get a McRib and they're like, oh, well, we only have the McRib bundle right now, which comes with a mocha frappuccino and
It's like, can you peel it out for me?
Let's be real, Sean. You'd be like, all right, fine, give it to me.
I
Give
mean,
me
yeah,
four.
Give me
but-
5.
Yeah, but all these
That's
hardware videos
crazy
throw in like
with your,
Madden and NBA 2K,
McRib, huh?
and you're like,
Yeah.
I can't even trade them in
Worse.
for anything because I get like $2 for them.
Yeah, those when they do sports, but like when they do like, oh my, those are the worst because they're worth nothing. They literally disintegrate in your hands. They're literally worth nothing.
They're gonna give away Call of Duty. They're gonna
Chris-
be handing out Call of Duty on the street corner.
Christopher says, "What's up, everyone? With the Game Awards coming in a few weeks, what do you you guys think will win this year? It's a light year.
Don't say it.
Cyberpunk. No, I'm gonna stick with Metroid Dread. That'll then push it over the number it needs because there'll be so much hype and excitement around it. People are like, maybe I should really check this out. And then finally, we'll get the nice little push to 3,000,001 units.
Cyberpunk is gonna win, baby. I'm calling it right now. Cyberpunk is winning.
It
game
doesn't
of the
need to win.
year.
It needs to be in the nominations. I need that month of everyone being like, how did this happen? Let's rewind. Let's go back to the launch and figure this out.
Death Stranding. Death Stranding.
I've sat down and thought about this. Like, I'm trying to figure out, what the outlets would think, and you guys are going to hate me, but I'm going to say Returnal has got it.
I
You think I think Deathloop's gonna win.
Ratchet.
You think it's be Ratchet?
Returnal or Ratchet.
Returnal's got it.
Ratchet. Yeah, okay.
I want Psychonauts to win.
Psychonauts would be a good one.
I want Psychonauts to win, but I think Returnal's
What do you
got
think? What do you think, Max?
I think it's Deathloop, and just because I feel like Deathloop hits those boxes of like a little bit of multiplayer, replayability, cool graphics, weird mechanics.
Critics really like Deathloop.
I give it an 8.5. I enjoyed Deathloop, but I felt like everybody else, it got a lot of 10s.
It actually did. Yeah. You know what else got a lot of 10s? Cyberpunk.
If you say, oh, you
no. Okay, so I have a question. Did people review the gameplay of Deathloop without completing it? Do you think if they actually had completed the game, would their score had?
I mean, the ending just wasn't good. Like I don't want to spoil it. But the ending was like, I was like, what was that? You know, the Krusty from The Simpsons. Like, what was that?
What the hell was that?
Yeah, I got it.
I feel like
it
it
was a
would
good
really
Krusty.
impact how I review it, though. So I don't know.
I mean, to me,
played it, but which ending is worse? Who's played Rage, the original Rage on 360 piece? Anybody beat that game?
Oh,
Which ending's worse?
This
Deathloop
one
or Rage?
Deathloop.
Deathloop is worse. It's pretty much you walk in a room and someone's sitting in a chair and just says like, "That's the end of the game."
Didn't
and
the
that's
Rage
literally
ending
the end
just
of the game.
end though? Wasn't it just like fight a couple things and done?
Well, how you get there is interesting. I think solving the puzzle of the island, the way it's peeled open in such a genius way that the fact that the end is like a thumbs up is really stupid.
Yeah, spoiling the end isn't the big deal. It's spoiling everything to get to the end. It would be more annoying.
The story getting there is a million times better, and then when you ends, you're just like, oh.
Yeah. This is from Nate saying, what do you all think about the Halo TV show in 2022?
Don't care.
I'm looking forward to it.
I didn't know there was a show.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, thanks, Sean.
Is that the one they announced at E3 like a decade ago?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Like Steven
Spielberg
Spielberg's attached to it and stuff.
This is from Emlyn saying, today I found a depressing photo of an immaculate GameCube I sold in 2005 with Metroid Prime, Wind Waker, and Tony Hawk Underground.
Dang.
Yep, that hits. Yep.
Pain.
DJ says, which one is worse in your opinion, Nintendo Switch expansion pack or the PlayStation Classic?
PlayStation Classic.
Well, PlayStation Classic's a physical thing, though. You can hold it, like keep it.
But did you forget that it plays PAL games only, and it's like
that's pretty bad.
That's
a good point.
It was all blurry and
yeah.
I mean, NSO has room to improve.
You know what? The PlayStation Classic was just so disappointing. I have to go with that, just because
it had 50 hertz games on there and shit.
It was so disappointing.
And how much did it come out at? Like $100?
That's $100.
Yeah. And it came. It came with just a dual. It came with the terrible PlayStation 1 controller. You didn't even get the original.
Yeah,
the original controller sucks.
I know. I didn't say it was good.
That thing.
This is from.
That was such a misfire by Sony.
It was.
Price dropped to like $20 after like a month.
Yep. Ravena says, Popeye copyright is about to expire inside the EU in 2008. The character is protected in the US until 2024. Then we have Rabbit saying, so have we talked about the stretch goals for RGT yet? Like 3.2 million. Does he dress as Balin? 3.5 writes fan fiction. 4 million shows his dating profile, and he'll find a band a cosplayer. Yeah, what are your stretch goals, Sean? What happens if it's 4 million? Do you have to dress up as Balin?
The new Pokemon Snap didn't even.
So you'll dress up as Balin if it hits 4 million.
Okay,
Just gotta Google the numbers real quick. Double check.
I'll show my ass again.
I just want to let you know that new Pokemon
time.
Snap isn't tracking anywhere near as high as Metroid Dread is. Just putting it out there. It's not. It didn't track higher before, and it's not tracking higher now on the eShop or anywhere. So just.
Well, I hope
putting it out there.
I hope Metroid Dread's tracking higher than that, or else it wouldn't hit 3 million.
Well, I mean, if you just pay attention to the sales charts, they're there for everybody to see. I mean, I ain't making this up. You know, I ain't making it up.
This is from Zan saying for
100,000 in Japan.
For people
100,000 plus actually like almost if not even including digital.
With digital, it's probably in the air about 190.
Wow.
For people who love Fire, you guys should try out Super Robot Wars 30. That game came out worldwide on Steam. Ross says, I built a 3080 Ryzen 5900X PC this week, and what is the first thing I do? Download 200 plus mods for Skyrim. All right. Alchemist says, so I played Mario Kart 64 on Nintendo Switch Online with a buddy, and I noticed input lag a lot. Surprisingly, my buddy didn't notice it. He is a casual N64 player, but not new to emulation. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, some people will feel and some people won't. Input lag is kind of hard to point out.
If you're having a good experience, then
don't think about it too much. Just
that's
have
all
fun.
that matters. Just have fun.
Yeah, input lag is something that not everyone is sensitive
Honestly,
to.
I wish I couldn't feel input lag sometimes because it really bugs the shit out of me. But for those people that are having a good experience, then fantastic.
Edward asked, to all of you, what are your Game of the Year candidates so far? I think we kind of went over that. We have a list that we made. I got Dread, though. I'm putting Dread up there. And Deathloop. Those are the two probably at the top with Psychonauts too. So we made a list, and I think that's mostly where we are still. I don't know. I gotta play Horizon. I gotta play Forza Horizon. You know, we'll see. But Fernando says, I just copped a GBA SP. Anything y'all recommend? Sleeper hits.
Boktai.
Man, you gotta go outside
for that game.
What's that, Sean?
You gotta go outside for that. Sit in the sun.
I mean, if you can find the Fire Emblem games, do that.
X versus Sever is fun.
It's a good game.
Play the Dragon Ball Z trilogy.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you got to get Boo's Fury.
What's that 3D-esque shooter, Iridian or something?
Iridian 3D.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, if you can get the Castlevania games, but those are on Switch, but on other systems. But
get a
those games are expensive as hell.
Just get a flash cart for it.
Just get a flash cart.
Yeah.
Josh says, has there
Metroid Fusion?
Oh yeah, Fusion.
Zero Mission.
Yeah. Has there been any Black Friday, Cyber Monday leaks you think are good deals on tech?
I haven't really looked yet.
The real leak I've seen is just the Mario Kart bundle from Nintendo. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Since 2018.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of them leak out this week coming up because we'll be like coming right up on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So we'll see all kinds of stuff hit the internet this week, just getting out early. So keep an eye out. Wario 64, obviously on Twitter for that. Device says Fable for 2022, 4 years in development for imports. I think Fable's gonna 2023.
2023 the earliest.
Yeah.
So then when is Perfect Dark?
2024.
2023 the earliest.
I got Perfect Dark 2024. They just brought in Crystal Dynamics.
2024 for sure.
Yeah.
They announced that way too early.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed something though. They needed to put that.
Oh, that was trash. I knew it. I was hyped, but it went away. I was like, this game's probably not coming out anytime soon.
Joel says, anyone excited about next week releases and thoughts on Call of Duty? Talked about Call of Duty. Sorry, joined the video late, and the DualSense makes the PS5 worth it for me. Yeah, Forza, I'm looking forward to. Shin Megami, I'm looking forward to. I just know SMT is going to be a journey. So I'll be playing Forza first, then I'll go to SMT. That's probably going to be the game I play with Halo alongside Halo. I've played that game like 12 times.
Is that coming out physical at all?
KOTOR? Digital. Plus LRG picked it up.
Yeah,
they did.
I don't know.
I'm sure they did.
I would love a physical copy of that game, though.
I think they've picked up a few of the Aspire games in the past.
But the thing of it was, the Star Wars things. But then there was the whole thing where it was like they hit Amazon for like $30 for a dual pack on them. Remember that shit?
Yeah, that's right.
Might just, unless you're fucking needing it day one, I might just wait a little bit and see if
I'm sure someone will pick up KOTOR for Switch physical.
Truly Epic says really enjoy the Spawn Point. Hope it continues. It will. I'm gonna work on putting more of those out as we go along.
Yeah, nope, this is the last episode.
Vice City. Well, I did the one with Scott. That was fun. So I'll do more of them.
Yeah,
really
good.
Vice City says, "Do you think GTA Trilogy on Switch will be up to par?" I hope so. The music is the one that concerns me.
Yeah,
screenshots of the Switch specific version I saw earlier today. Looks good. Looks like it should.
Comes down to that soundtrack, man.
And the frame rate.
Oh, that too, the frame rate, yeah. Zaire Miller says, what bad game would you reboot into a good game? I would make Bubsy into a Conquer Bad Fur Day kind of game. Also, my favorite cookie is chocolate coconut.
Virtual Hide as an Elder Scrolls game.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
Mario Sunshine into a good Mario.
Whoa! What?
I'd like a Grandia MMO because I think the Grandia combat system and lore. There's so much unexplored lore. It'd be cool to see a new world of that.
You know what I'd really like? I'd really like a Shin Megami Tensei game made into a Persona game. I think that would probably be my favorite thing that I'd like to see if they can somehow get that done. That'd be great.
I'm sure they could. I mean, they made a Fire Emblem into a SMT game pretty well.
Wait, what was that? Was that an SMT? What was that they actually made? I'm not sure if that was anything.
Sure as hell was a Fire Emblem.
Georgie says Forza Motorsport.
It was a Persona.
It's closer.
Dude, I don't know what the hell that was. I liked it.
SMT game with
made
Persona Heart.
You made Max leave with that comment.
Georgie says Forza Motorsport 8 and the Obsidian game is 2022. That sound right, Nate? You think Forza
now?
Next month, next year.
I think Forza Motorsport 8 will slide to 2023.
Okay. Avowed is coming out. Is that what he's talking about?
No, there's another Obsidian game that's coming out.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a little
Sawyer
different.
one.
Yeah.
That's the rumor, is that it's probably 2022. I think that is the roadmap where they are hoping to have it ready for 2022. But of those two games, I would say the Sawyer Obsidian game will likely make holiday next year. I think Forza probably slides to 2023 though.
The days Tom Sawyer gets high off you and the space invades, it gets by on you.
Benjamin asked, did any of you break Street Day for Shin Megami Tensei 5?
No, they actually paid me to play this game.
That's one way to answer it.
I mean, I'm not.
Everyone got review codes.
Yeah, I'm not sponsored, but yeah, Sega reached out to me a while ago. Yeah, I'm not doing a sponsored video, but my review will be out on next Friday.
I guess I gotta be upcoming. They're giving me some stuff, and I'm doing some stuff for the promotion of the game later that you guys will see.
Sexual.
No, there was no sexual
meeting in dark alleys and stuff. Or?
No, absolutely.
Did they wax you, brother?
Did they wax?
They're great people. They're just, they're great people.
This is from Bryce says, can RGT give us a bing bong? Love all y'all. Keep up the great work. Oh, okay.
What the hell was that?
You wouldn't understand, sir.
Let's see. This is from Code saying, watching guys, all of you helped a lot in life. Thank you. You're welcome, Code. Let's see. Let me go around here as I double check the Streamlabs. This is Joel saying, can't wait for MVG to destroy the trilogy. All right.
Well, I hope I don't have to. I hope it's good.
Yeah. Let's go around here. OJ, where can everyone find you? I'll check the Streamlabs.
Yeah, you can find me right here on YouTube. Got some cool videos that I did today. One on Mario Kart. Another talking about Nintendo and some other stuff. This upcoming week, we have some cool content on Persona. I mean, Shin Megami Tensei. Cool content on Shin Megami Tensei. Okay, so you guys can check that out. And also live stream. I pretty much live stream almost every single day. So yeah, if you want to watch some stuff on that. And I'll have a couple other cool videos too that I'm working on when it comes to like Legend of Zelda and some other things. So yeah, thank you for having me on once again. It's good to be fully back and everything. Miss you guys.
Yeah.
This is from Liam says, small part of me also almost wishes New Horizons never sold as well as it did, because now Nintendo in the future is going to release every game in the series without most of the major content added back in updates. The game itself is still great.
Yep.
I don't know enough about Animal Crossing to say either one about that.
I can give you a little bit of a backstory. The game was delayed to not have crunch, and they were able to get what they were able to get in. So I don't think it was purposeful, because the game was already delayed just to get the content they were going to get in. So I think it was So I mean, they could have, but you can just not buy it.
No,
If you don't
wait,
feel-
I kind of have a problem with that because is that the case with Mario Tennis and Mario Golf?
No, that game was never. Those games were never delayed.
But see, that's kind of a trend that you're seeing now, though. Wouldn't you say that?
Is it with what game? What Mario or with what?
Because they're doing you're talking about their service-based stuff where they add
the
content
service-based
to
stuff.
all
I
the roadmaps.
totally get that. What I'm saying is that Animal Crossing, the developers, they didn't want to crunch just to get what they delayed it so they didn't crunch. You know, the game was delayed. It was delayed. It was supposed to come out 2019, but then it came out 2020 because they were already under a lot to try to get even what they were going to get in. You know, so but I see what you're saying with like the service-based games. Like I get that with Mario and all that. Like I get that, but with Animal Crossing, it's not quite the same thing because they were crunched, you know, or they were going to go through it, but it was delayed, so they don't have to crunch.
I'm gonna read this comment, Sean. Just a quick sentence, okay? Just Sam Willington says, RGT85, do you mind providing some dating advice, please? I'm tired of dealing with women who love mustard and ketchup on their Oreos. Thanks, homie.
First off, if a chick likes mustard and ketchup on her Oreos, run away because she'll try to murder you.
Okay. Thank you.
What?
Nintendo.
Bro, that's psychopath. That's psychopathic sort of shit.
Nintendo actually sent in a message, Sean. Says, all right, RGT, whip it out. That's from Nintendo.
Hey.
Just a tip.
Oh my god, you guys.
Skipbit says, Nintendo official website combines Game Boy and Game Boy Color sales. Nate is wrong. Giovanni says, thanks for...
I have the website in front of me that has them specified. I'm not arguing that point. I'm stating Nintendo's official documentation says it is a successor.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Nothing.
Sean, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on RGT85. Rich, if you're still alive, Jesus Christ, calm down. It was a joke. Secure the bag. Make as many videos as you want on the topic.
No jokes allowed.
Like, Jesus, man. You know me. I've known you for fucking 5 years now. But yeah, you can find me on RGT85. Go watch all my stupid videos. That's it.
Giovanni says thanks.
Chat saying I'm wrong. I'm reading it on Nintendo's official website. So
You're
I
wrong.
can't be wrong.
Nintendo's wrong.
You're wrong for stating that it's not on the website. Go read the website if you can.
God, Nate.
Damn, going for the literacy jugular.
Is back. The hate is back.
We have to bring back the Clips channel.
Yeah. Giovanni
much
says,
time, man.
thanks for literally all y'all's amazing content. Beatles says, if anyone buys a Quest 2, make sure you check out Virtual Boy Go emulator. Best way to experience the limited Virtual Boy library today. I'm kind of curious about that. Yeah, I know. Right now I'm interested. All right. Okay. Sean just got interested too. He's like, hold on. Wait, is this Prime Ships? I just get a bunch of Best Buy gift cards. So maybe I'll take a stroll through the aisles there, see what they have. Shinru says, Sony and Microsoft should have had their own versions of Amiibos. What's one character each should start with? I'm thinking Master Chief. Yeah. And Ratchet and Clank. Master Chief and Kratos. Shinru says, hey, MG, if you could bring back one game from Sega and Capcom's catalog of IPs, which would you bring back?
Ooh. Sega and Capcom? Oh,
yeah, either one. It's fun. Whatever jumps out.
I mean, Power Stone is something that would be up there. On Sega, I mean, oh god, take your pick. There's so many. Like, another Daytona game or a Daytona sequel would be really good. A proper virtual fighter game. Skies of Arcadia is a great choice as well.
Oh, great pick.
Oh,
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Great pick.
There's a lot there. I didn't even know where to start. A AAA Knights game is another.
It's always on the table. Super game coming up. Let's go.
Yeah.
$900
Always
million
on the
Knights team.
table.
MG, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Modern Vintage G and YouTube Modern Vintage Gamer. Monday's video, I'm going to be covering the Team Executor stuff that's been going on because apparently most mainstream tech sites couldn't get over the fact that the dude's last name was Bowser. So if you want to see a proper video on the whole TX thing, check out my channel.
Bowser attacked Nintendo. Wow,
I'll check that out.
All jokes. There was no actual breakdown of what's happening, so I'm looking forward to the video.
Shinru says, does anyone here play any fan games? Example, AM2R or the many Sonic fan games? What would like to see? Would you like to see on official hardware? Aren't all gaming consoles just custom PCs?
Sonic.exe needs a real release.
There's that really cool Metroid demo that they did that came out kind of recently. It got passed around the internet still, so you can still find it, but it was really cool on PC. And that's it makes sense now, obviously, why Nintendo wanted to get it pulled down because they're going pretty heavy into Metroid right now. But that was a pretty good one. I would like to see that control scheme brought to like an official Metroid game.
Like Mario Return to Dinosaur Land is it's basically, in my opinion, it feels like the real Super Mario World 2.
That's a game that people wanted like made all the time for like reproduction carts.
Yeah, I have that was Repro. It's so good.
Max, where can everyone find you?
YouTube.com/DreamcastGuy. I got 4 videos next week. I'm going to be talking about Shin Megami Tensei review, of course, Elden Ring beta, and then the 2 big reviews. We're going to be talking about GTA Trilogy I'm buying Elder Scrolls on PS5 because I'm a Skyrim slut, so it'll be fun.
What about Miss Click? Where can everyone find you?
Yeah, thanks for having me. You can find me live on Twitch almost every day. And night
22 hours straight, apparently. Okay.
Yeah, on twitch.tv/missclick_live. Other than that, you can find me on YouTube as Miss Gaming or other social media as just Miss.
Wait a minute. Did you stream for 22 hours straight and then you came here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Give it up for Click. I would not be awake now.
No, we're good. We're good.
What about Jordan? Where can everyone find you?
You can find me on my channel, Jordan Fringe. Put out a new video today. It ties in with a NAMI fundraiser I'm doing for mental health right now. I open up a vintage Pokemon card pack in there, and then I also, donate the value of this pack as well.
Whoa. Hold that up again.
Go ahead and check out. This is a base set 2 pack from February 2000.
I haven't seen that in so long.
So, yeah, check the video out.
That brings back some memories, man. That's some KB toy stuff right there.
Good video, Jordan.
Wow.
Thank you.
Evan, where can I find you?
Find me on Twitter, Kimmerix Project. See what I'm doing during the week. I'm probably only going to stream back to my 3-day schedule this week. Not doing Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to try to get some stuff done off stream. But yeah, you can just follow me there. See when I'm going live.
Cool. And then Nate.
Find me on YouTube at Nate the Hate. MVG and myself have a podcast going up early next week. We've already recorded it, going over the PlayStation 5's first year. And I'm going to link a recipe to pumpkin seeds in the Spawncast comment section later.
You got pumpkin stock? What are you doing?
But if you're not a mod, I don't think you can do that.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Don't make him a mod either, so he can't do that.
The long play is complete.
Damn you, Evan.
Thanks, everyone, tuning in to Spawncast. We'll see you guys next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
What about these super chats?
Oh, there's Shinru. Oh.